I noticed you guys went online super early last week.
We did.
I got
Last week or
here
the week
early
before.
and our food was fast, and so yeah, it was like 8:45 when we went online.
Hey, everyone.
Is
Hey.
there a live stream
Are we on the internet?
Probably.
Cool.
for the 400th time?
Not really a 400.
320 something, maybe?
Wow, Luigi.
Wow. Wow.
Okay. Good talk.
Yeah,
Good talk, guys.
mouth sounds.
Just call us Neil Ciceregas.
Yeah. Somebody once told me.
Somebody.
Body.
Tweet.
Body. Somebody. Somebody.
Busting.
Somebody.
Invisible man.
Sleeping in your bed.
Busting.
Bustin' really does make me feel good. Who doggy?
Woo doggy indeed.
Who doggies? You doggies.
Do we want to introduce for the live stream the person who replaced BJ?
Well, he kept being absent, so we had to get a new one.
I know.
He hasn't fully formed yet.
I am fresh out of the vat. Hello. Hi.
You're actually the non-evil version of BJ because you do not have a goatee.
That's true. Good guy, BJ.
There is no non-evil version.
What?
This is the first time, I think... Well, is it the first time? I think it may be the first time on screen or that everyone else has had more facial hair than me.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably
I
true.
could not remember a time when you did not have a beard.
At least,
I don't think
yeah.
when we first met that I think you already had a beard at that point, and then you just...
I may have
kept
had a
on.
goatee at some point when we first met, because I rocked the goatee for a while.
A goatee or a Van Dyke?
Van Dyke.
Full
The Van Dyke
mustache
is
and
the
goatee.
circular
Yes,
one.
Yes, Van
like,
Dyke.
Like he tripped over the ottoman?
No, a goatee is just like a goat, like literally
Yeah,
just on
it's
the chin.
Yes.
just the chin.
Apologies. What's colloquially referred to as a goatee?
Sure.
It's just easier. Easier shorthand.
And also, you don't have old farts going, like the guy that trips over the ottoman.
Hey, what?
Hey,
What?
Old man alarm. There it
you
is.
mean that guy in Diagnosis Murder?
Hey, what?
He's got some new show or something like that. Apparently, he's like 100 years old and still like cranking out new shows.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to miss doing this.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
I'm gonna miss doing it for an entire week. No, not even in a full week, because next week's a Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm going to miss it for 6
man.
days.
Yeah.
6
Final
whole
episode
days.
of today.
Man. Final episode of Season 1.
Yeah,
Season
season
two.
1's finally done.
Yeah.
Season Stu
Man, I
2
can't-
starts in 6
I
days.
cannot wait to see what the opening credits look like.
Yeah. It's a whole new...
It'll be the same as this week, only I'll have more beard.
Oh.
I will have finished growing my beard.
And then
We're
people
going
on
to
YouTube-
time-lapse you during the show.
And then people on
Watch it.
YouTube will
Yeah.
complain how lazy it is that we use the same credits 2 years in a row.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or actually,
Seasons in a row.
Yeah, 2 seasons in a row. Whereas the only show I can think of that like regularly changed their opening credits was Cosby Show. And
Like
I mean,
every
they like
season?
completely redid them. There's only one season where they didn't, and it was like a last-minute thing where NBC nixed whatever they had done.
Oh, that, yeah, I remember
instead,
that.
so
Yeah.
they just used this the previous season's intro. But
I think the one
I
they
can't-
didn't use, they said, was too African. Like, they really went, like
I don't know.
super...
I don't think it's ever appeared anywhere.
I remember seeing it. I remember
Really?
seeing it on, like, Entertainment Weekly or something. Like, here's the intro that they wouldn't let them use, and it was...
Really?
Yeah.
Entertainment Tonight.
Something like that. One of
Yeah.
those shows.
Was
Hard
Mario
copy.
Lopez there?
Oh, this was the 80s.
Oh, okay.
Son.
Well, he was still there?
He didn't appear. He appeared fully formed in the 90s.
Yeah.
He
showed
just
up
appeared
Saved by
on
the
set
Bell.
of Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
He just materialized sitting backwards on a chair.
I
Yeah,
just,
but-
I just feel like Mario Lopez is eternal.
But is there any other show you can think of that like regularly made new opening credits?
South Park did for a while.
Yeah, South Park
They have
is
like 3
changing.
or 4 of them,
Yeah.
but it was every like 5 years.
But
or
it was
something.
more like they just add a layer on the existing thing, sort
Yeah.
of like,
Yeah.
oh, here's a new thing that we've now is in the show.
I wish South Park would go back to the country version of it.
I do
being-
too.
Their whatever that shit is now is garbage.
Well, the thing I do like about South Park is you can just fast forward through the first 5 minutes because it's like, hey, warning, credits, 5 minutes of commercials, and then okay, the actual show starts now.
Yeah.
I don't know. The Halloween intro was good.
That's true.
That was a good.
Yes.
intro.
Rick and Morty's credits changed from season 1 to season 2.
Okay.
Yeah, you got me thinking now. Oh, there's that one time when, was it Enterprise got good credits for once? When they took out the stupid words in the song.
Shut your goddamn mouth. Punch you in the nose.
There's something
Jens
floating
in
around
the chat says Babylon 5 changed intros
Oh,
every
nobody
season.
cares about that.
And Scott is saying anime stuff does it frequently.
Oh, of course, anime.
but I'm
stuff
talking
does it.
like real shows.
Yeah,
like,
things people watch.
I don't give a fuck. Like cartoons.
Emphasis on people.
Yeah,
400
I don't-
episodes,
I don't
still
wanna-
shitting on anime.
I don't care about cartoons. I care about TV shows.
Right.
Like that tell mature stories and that sort of thing.
Yeah, there's never been a mature thing that's ever been on anime, ever. Maybe mature in the wrong way, but...
Yeah. I mean, I don't need to know like guys getting
See?
mutated and their head grows huge and they
Babylon
blow up
5's so
Neo
good,
Tokyo.
you made Yin say damn twice.
Babylon. Babylon 5.
No, we're okay. I
Just rescind it. Lots of shows have changed their credits. We just can't name them all right now.
yeah.
Yeah.
But we will change our credits completely.
Sure.
I think BoJack the Horseman.
Again, animated. No, but
Yeah.
no adults
No,
watch that
that's-
shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kid.
Yeah.
I don't
Children's
need
shows.
your Saved by the Bell childish bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about real stuff here, like ninjas that possess aerobics instructors. Adult stories
Yeah.
for adults.
Yep. Adultery.
Totally.
Who else can I piss off before season 1's over?
I don't know.
Or
Take a
is
pick.
this the start of season 2?
No.
No.
No,
It's the
it's
end.
the
No, it's-
finale of season
it works
1.
on the Century Millennium thing.
Yeah,
Okay,
because we're taking all the accolades in the second half for
Okay,
our 400
okay.
episode. 401
Yeah.
is a fresh start.
And then we promptly, quite literally, jump a shark and then do.
Yeah, we got
season
one right
2.
outside.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
waiting.
I'm just waiting for it.
Yep.
I was surprised to discover we hadn't already jumped the shark.
Yeah, well, we were just saving it for the right episode.
Yeah. Yeah, but TV like opening credits don't even happen anymore.
Nope.
Really.
Community was like the show that had the last instance of actual something.
But there are certain episodes where it's just like
Dun dun.
the last few notes
Yeah.
of the song, and then they just play the credits over the thing. Because Breaking Bad's is what 20 seconds long.
If that.
Yeah.
So I'm in the middle of rewatching Parks and Rec because Halloween costume. And they have actual opening credits, but
Yeah, I was
now
gonna-
that Netflix gives me the skip intro option, I watched them like 3 or 4 times to remember what they were, and they're the same every season.
I just thought of one. It's not. It doesn't really change except they refilm it because people are getting older. But Modern Family every season because
Yeah.
everyone's getting older.
Yes.
So they refilm. It's the same thing, but they redo it every season.
That's true.
Okay.
Plus, new kids have popped up.
That's true. They do keep adding new kids. See, that's why we haven't jumped the shark,
Yeah.
because we haven't added a cute kid.
Yeah, that's true.
Thank
we did have
Christ.
that-
Oliver, come in here.
Fuck it, I'm out.
Oh, no.
Thank.
You broke your illustrious headphones.
Actually, I'm sorry. You are Oliver.
Yeah. Really, the only
we
new
rebooted
cast
you into
member we've
Oliver.
added is BMFcat Jr.
True.
Mm-hmm.
And Chuck.
BMFcat Jr. did not. Well,
You had me
Yeah.
like 300 episodes ago.
Yeah, but
he's-
We added Chuck in the first season.
Yeah.
So
you're our Chachi.
I don't want to.
BMFcast loves Chachi.
I mean, you're not the actual Scott Baio. I'm
Okay.
not calling
I
you
like
that
Chachi.
low.
Oh,
I'm just
all right.
saying you're our Chachi.
Okay.
I don't know who you're younger and cooler than any one of us, but
So like you three are aging Fonzies, and
We
you
are.
brought me into.
yeah,
Ain't that the truth?
we'll just
Chuck?
be three little Fonzies over here. We'll be cool.
So I guess you tweeted this? There it is.
Oh yeah, tweet. I forgot.
Boy, you didn't even use all 280 characters.
I ran out of things
Like-
to say.
yeah.
I was like,
Don't
it's
you
on
understand?
Blu-ray, and Shout Factory put it
That's-
out, and okay, I gotta
That's
go.
the only thing you can acknowledge on Twitter anymore is how you have 280 characters to
Yeah.
type your bullshit. You can be back on your bullshit,
Bullshit.
twice as much.
I'm not back on my bullshit. I was never off my bullshit.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. My bullshit.
Bullshit.
My bullshit.
Yeah, well, ever since somebody, it might have been Ian, who's like, I can only ever hear that to the tune of Steve Winwood's "Back in the High Life." So that's all I ever think about whenever someone's like, "I'm back on my bullshit."
Yeah.
On my bullshit again. I hope we get flagged for that.
We probably
cover.
will.
Unlikely.
No,
Unlikely.
we will.
Cover.
Yeah, it was uncanny.
Boy Meets World changed every season.
See what we've started.
Never seen it.
Well, we're learning stuff now. At least our audience members are not like
That's that one that had that girl
Huge
named
dicks about
Topography or something. right?
Topanga.
yeah.
Topography.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. She was studying maps.
No,
all
it's
the time.
Topol.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Oh.
she was also in For Your Eyes Only, huh?
Topanga did that a lot.
I know we're your chosen people, Lord.
She has
But why must you choose us so
topography.
much?
You kids ready for all these hot filler on the roof jokes? Huh?
Yeah, da, 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 da.
400
It's more like filler on the roof because we're just wasting some time until people show up.
Oh, there's people here.
All right, we can
Filler
start.
on
So-
the roof.
We've done 400 episodes.
Uh-huh.
But
Uh-huh.
we've also done
Some others.
Spoilcast, Super Soldier Special. How many extras you guys done? Like
56.
56 now?
We've done a few. Don't worry about it. It's just numbers. They don't mean nothing.
This one does. It means something to me.
Yeah.
Damn it. And I wasn't even here for all 400.
This is the issue Aunt May
So I should
died.
just sit here and not
It's got
celebrate.
the die-cut
Yeah.
gravestone on the cover and everything.
I'm going to celebrate like on episode 486. It's my 400th episode.
Maybe 481.
I wasn't here for 81.
You were here for
Death Stalker was
82.
83.
It was 83.
Was it? Okay. Oh, that's right. Yeah, 83 because... Yeah,
However,
the
Chuck has
Bucker
missed
Banzai.
episodes.
I have.
Because we made him a cast member, and then he promptly skipped like a month.
I was dying.
Shut up.
I went to Chicago
such a
and
liar.
died.
He got the confluenza.
I did.
You're such a liar.
I was dying, and I also didn't want to watch Buckaroo Banzai with you people.
I do remember that was voluntary, and then you tried to die.
Yeah, I did. I tried to die.
Because you touched Captain Picard or something.
Did you come back? Were you here for it? You were back for Bulletproof, though, right?
I was here for Bulletproof.
Yeah, you made sure you were here for Bulletproof.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
But you missed, like,
Yeah.
Order of the Black Eagle, which...
I did miss Order.
That's
of
a
the
shame.
Bible.
That's
It's
a
it's
goddamn
goddamn
shame.
shame.
Missed Invasion USA.
I did.
The fuck, Chuck?
Whatever the hell 1986
I'm mad
was.
I'm mad from like 7 years ago or
I
whatever it
know.
was.
I missed Vicious Lips.
Oh, well, you didn't miss much there.
well, yeah.
Yeah, I missed Buckaroo Banzai, Invasion USA, Vicious Lips, Order of the Black Eagle. Came back for Bulletproof.
Yeah, so you did. You promptly took a month off.
I did, yeah.
You fuck. What's wrong with you?
I don't know.
I think you still hold the record for most episodes missed. 'cause
Oh, yeah, I've missed a lot.
The year that you got married, you were involved in a year's worth of getting married.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
There were a lot of, like...
it was like every other week.
Yeah, there was a lot of, like, families in town. I was like, oh, all right. Back on my bullshit again.
Back on the
Yeah. See, I didn't miss again until my heart gave out.
Eh.
For Cop Target.
Oh, you missed Cop Target?
Yeah, I wasn't here for Cop Target.
Oh,
I was
man.
dying.
I don't remember Cop Target, but
Eh.
all right.
Yeah, I wasn't here.
Isn't that the guy from the guy who made Cannibal Holocaust?
Yeah, it was. The guy, he just recently died.
Yeah, and then he made Cop Target.
Uh-huh, Cop Target.
Uh,
Cop Target. Cop Target.
Cop Target.
What was the one with the Chunk from Goonies, or not Chunk from Goonies, but Sloth from Goonies? Remember the one where he like threw a refrigerator at somebody? Did he?
oh, that was One Man Force.
Yeah, One Man Force.
I was like it was a Force thing, but I
Yeah.
couldn't remember what it was.
He went to that club and swung that guy around on
Yeah,
a chain.
One Man Force.
Yeah.
Yeah, he,
That was a good
He
one.
literally threw a little person.
Mm-hmm. And they had a fight in a refrigerator factory. He threw a guy.
Oh, yeah.
wasn't there like a something against like Mannigan's Force? Was that one we watched? Something's
No.
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 There's something. There's a movie that's like a title like that. Something Force. Somebody's name. Something's Force.
Magnum Force.
No, it's like a
There
name
is
like
Keaton's Force.
Mannigan.
Keaton's.
Keaton Scott. Keaton Scott was.
Keaton's got that
That one had a defenestration in it.
In the first 5 minutes.
Yes. And then it was all downhill from there.
And then Abe Vigoda showed up.
Yeah, a Pagoda.
R.E.P. in peace.
Did he finally die?
Yes.
Okay.
No,
No, he did.
no, he's
Wasn't he
still
Keaton?
alive.
He 2016
Yes.
took Abe Vigoda too.
Wait, where's that website?
AbeVigoda.com.
Is
Abe Vigoda dead?
No, it's just
Vigoda
literally
dead.
AbeVigoda.com. It's not. It's AbeVigoda.com.
Yes, February, January 26, 2016. So he
Yeah.
I don't recognize.
he
that
didn't
death.
even make the Super Bowl.
Was that the week we did Keaton's Cop?
I think that was the week we tweeted at him
Oh.
and said, hey.
Yes. Abe Vigoda's Twitter account.
He was very active on Twitter.
I'm just mad. 'cause
He was always blocking the haters.
I'm just mad because that website's been around for years, and it took them like 4 hours to finally update it
Yeah.
on the one
Yeah.
day.
They weren't on it.
The one day.
Well, I think the guy, like,
Yeah.
if I remember the story correctly, the guy didn't believe that he was dead. He was like, "Oh no, that's not. He's not
I've heard
actually
this
dead."
rumor before.
Yeah, I've heard this rumor literally every 7 seconds.
Everyone emails me, "Hey, Abe Vigoda's dead. Change your website."
Did they still have the X's on his eyes on the picture? Because they did.
There is no picture.
Oh,
of it.
there was. Like, it was literally when they first did it, was like it changed Abe Vigoda's dead, and they put the little. It was the
just-
same picture,
it-
but they put little
It
red
just
X's on
says
it.
yes, and then it has dates.
Okay. Maybe they were like, maybe it's disrespectful to use the same picture we've
Maybe.
been using. Put some red X's on it.
Maybe.
Maybe. Just
It's funny until it's actually there, and then you're like, oh man,
oh
I'm kind of a dick.
yeah.
Why did I do that?
But he was kind of down with the joke. He would go on Conan all the
He
time.
would,
and
yeah.
do that joke.
I'm not dead yet.
Anyway,
Good.
let's just do a show.
Okay, I want to do a show. I
Eh.
want to do a 400th show.
All right.
We've done a lot of show already.
Eh.
Let's just.
Let's just call the whole thing off.
Eh.
Are you recording?
Most likely. Get it all out.
All right, I'm good.
All right.
Sorry.
All right, welcome to the BMFcast.
Hey,
BMFcast. All right, yeah.
Episode
0.
400.
Oh,
Yeah.
what?
Numbers. And
The season finale.
Nintendo 400.
There it is.
Totally.
Bringing it back.
Brought it back. Call back.
Wait, who said that?
So I'm Harlow,
I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ. I'm here.
I'm Chuck.
and what we do each and every episode of this here at BMFcast, in case you don't know for some reason, we go and we watch ourselves a quote-unquote bad movie, come in here and talk about it for the first half, and then we rate them. Good bad movies, enjoyable bad movies. They get 1 to 5 jocks and some robot jocks. Robot jocks.
Robot.
However, there are bad movies. Doesn't stay away. They get a negative sliding scale, 1 to 5 bags, as in giant bags of trash that they are.
Garbage.
Do not enjoy those movies,
Yeah.
please.
No, throw them out.
They
with
smell
the
poorly.
trash.
Yeah.
Refuse.
So,
Garbage juice.
it's episode 400.
It is.
It's time to bring out the big guns.
Right.
We've been talking about this movie for
More Andy Sedaris.
a very, 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 very long time.
Yes, we have.
And it pretty much more or less gets us to the end of the Sam Furstenberg universe that we want to traverse.
From Furstenberg to Lastenberg.
Yeah, I mean, we understand he has other movies. They're just probably not necessarily in our wheelhouse.
No.
But this one's been requested a bunch. This one has been on the schedule multiple times.
We've worked our way there because we
watched
watched
the first
we
two.
watched Enter the Ninja, we watched Revenge of the Ninja. So of course, Ninja 3, The Domination. It is time.
Yay.
It's time to dominate.
Yeah. How about
Ninja
a
style.
quick plot summary? I almost forgot we do that.
We
We
do.
do. We've done 400 of them. Or
Let's
399
do
of them.
one
give or take.
more
One
plot
more.
summary.
Why don't you round it out for us?
Okay. An evil ninja attempts to avenge his death from beyond the grave by possessing an innocent woman's body. Short, sweet, to the point.
I wouldn't say innocent. I would say
I would.
innocent.
Oh, I see.
Innocent.
I get it. I get it. Yeah.
So, in a sense, she was innocent.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
makes sense.
Right.
Mom's apple pie. 4th of July.
Oh, so besides basically rounding out the Sam Furstenberg filmography, we almost completed another filmography.
Uh-huh.
Lucinda Dickey.
Yeah.
She's back.
Yep.
1984 was a really busy year for her.
She worked a lot.
And Sam, for that matter.
Cannon liked her.
Yeah. She made 3 movies. All came out in 1984. Breakin' 2, and Ninja 3. So
Right.
1,
The
2, and 3.
The trilogy.
Yeah, the trilogy.
Breaking 2, Ninja
But
3.
Ninja in the middle for some reason. Yeah, I love that show.
Ninja in the middle.
I never saw it, actually.
Oh.
God
damn it.
It also has Shokasugi.
It does. He's
Yes.
back. Is he the same character as one of the other?
No.
No.
He was a different
He's
guy.
different in all.
three.
It's confusing, but
Yep.
there it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then further down the cast, you have James Hong making another appearance.
Yeah.
There's one we'll never get through his entire filmography.
No.
Never. Impossible. So yeah, that's Ninja 3. Let's rate it. Move on.
All right.
Oh, well, all right.
Quick episode.
Is that what we do
Oof.
here?
Man, does this movie start strong?
This movie starts.
This movie starts fucking strong.
Yeah.
First things first, ninjas.
Yeah.
Almost to the detriment of this movie is how well it starts.
I would 100% agree with that.
Because holy shit.
Yeah.
Like I've seen this clip somewhere and completely out of context. And now that even though I have context, it's still awesome because it is a ninja assassination on a golf course that leads to a goddamn ninja rampage.
Yes.
Ninjam page in the parlance.
I lost count of how many people this ninja kills by the end of it.
There's
Probably
but
25.
There's a pile of bodies at the end of the
Yeah,
scene.
there is literally a pile of bodies around.
Well, I want to say it's 7 before the cops even show up, because
Oh, yeah.
the the target and his lady friend, whoever she was, and then
He's got
5 bodyguards.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was an important scientist, I'll have you know.
Was he?
Yeah, that's
He
what the
was.
movie said.
Later
He was an
they
important
said
scientist.
no reason why he was the target or what that's about. Not important
Yeah.
to this movie.
Because, like, it starts with a dude in a suit goes into a cave, pushes open a rock, and there's all sorts of ninja stuff in there. And he comes out of the cave dressed
And
as a
he is
ninja.
geared up.
Yeah.
Why did he have to hide all of his ninja and stuff in
That
in
was a
cave?
special cave.
I don't know if you're aware. That's kind of what ninjas do. Hide. And
Yeah,
hide
but he
things.
could have like been hidden from the time he left his house or wherever. I don't know. It's just weird to walk up to your ninja cave in a white suit.
Especially with a custom-made, hollowed-out rock with illumination inside of it.
Right. Looked like the
was a
Pulp
ninja
Fiction
rock.
briefcase.
Yeah. But yeah, so he gears up and takes all the accoutrement out.
And our scientist guy hits an errant shot that's out near the rough, and he sends his bodyguards out to find it. Mm-hmm. One does, and as he's reaching down to pick it up, Ninja Hand reaches up with the golf ball and crushes it in his palm while growling.
As ninjas do.
Yeah.
And the guy's reaction is kind of like, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
Just kind of comes
like,
after
"Hey."
him like, "Hey,
How dare you?
He's not going to be able to play that.
that was a Titleist."
He's going to have to take a penalty stroke.
They're not cheap, you know.
Yeah. Yeah,
Those are
and,
Slozenger, I'll have you know.
and then so that guy gets just punched or kicked in the chest or something, and then Ninja whips out his katana and just starts wasting these dudes.
Yeah. Wasting dudes, throwing ninja stars at dudes.
Oh yeah,
Blowgun. There's a great shot of a guy, one of the security dudes, runs way too close to the ninja. You can't get that close to a ninja.
No.
And whips out his gun, points it at the ninja, who then pulls out his blowgun and blows a dart into the barrel of the gun.
Yeah, which
And
makes the gun explode when
makes
he
the gun
fires
explode
it in his damn
explode.
hand.
Uh-huh. And eventually, like, the very important scientist comes over.
He tries to get away
Yeah.
by driving his golf cart directly at the ninja, to which this ninja grabs the back axle and just picks the goddamn thing up.
Yep.
And he's like flooring it too, like the wheels are spinning super fast, and the ninja's just like, no. And he tells the girl, get out and run. And the ninja chases her down and fucking murders her.
Yep.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though she's not, maybe she was the scientist.
I don't
That's
think
true.
she
We
They
are-
was a
said
scientist.
they said he was an important scientist.
yeah.
That's,
Okay.
We were making some poor assumptions there on our part.
Yeah.
I think we
Because
were
he
right.
sure seemed intent on killing her.
Yeah.
Even though the guy was right there.
He was trying to leave no witnesses and also go slow so that the cops could catch up so that he could kill 50 of them.
Yeah. But he finally kills the dude with his sword. and then
But not before the guy, the important scientist guy takes a swing at him with his golf club.
Oh, yeah.
that's
and,
right.
and it wraps around his arm. He just like puts it up to block, and it's a pretty good effect.
It's an excellent
Yeah.
effect that they just blow right by.
Yeah.
Like he just
They don't give you
immediately
a shot
goes
of
into
him
more.
pulling back the golf club with it bent and looking at it like, what
Yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Ninja
it's
just
good.
goes straight into more ninjaing.
Yeah. He has no time to waste. No
Yeah.
showboating.
yeah,
But he just kind of takes off as
immediately
like,
there's security guys there, and
Yeah.
they're like, "Hey, I think
hey,
this."
what are you doing?
I think there was like a ninja murder out here on the golf course. And then so cops come in, and the next shot is just the ninja running down this side dirt road with a cop car chasing him.
Yep. And the best part of this is that he's running towards two motorcycle cops, and as he's being chased by the police car, he just runs in between the two motorcycle cops who don't do a damn thing.
He takes like a mild whoop,
Yeah,
kind of move.
but just slinks right through him and keeps going, and they're like, "What?"
I mean, he didn't even try to clothesline him or anything.
No, nothing. He
Which-
just runs right by him.
Yeah.
And they're like, "That motherfucker!" So they turn around and give chase, and
I think he kicks the two motorcycle cops off their bikes at
yeah,
some point.
he jumps up in a tree and jumps down and
Yeah.
kicks them.
And then he was on the roof of the squad car
Yeah.
and took out one dude.
Well, the cops in the car are like, shoot him through the roof.
Right.
And so he shoots up once, and the ninja kind of surfboards back, and then he just stabs that dude in the head.
Yeah,
with his
stabs
ninja
the sword
sword
through the roof
Yeah.
of the car.
And then goes over to the driver and just punches him in the head.
Right.
Through the roof of the car.
Yeah, through the roof of the car.
Yes.
So then he's surfing on the out of control car for half a second.
Yeah, but
Until it launches.
Well, he has like a grappling hook.
Yeah.
that he
right.
spins around a tree and swings off of that
Yeah.
as this car gets fucking launched.
Yeah. There was a ramp in this golf course for some reason, and this thing just fucking goes
And
off.
I mean, the best part is clearly empty. They didn't even they're not even like, we're just putting a dummy in the passer in the in either seat.
Nah.
They're like, nah, fuck that.
Yeah.
We're just launching this goddamn thing and we're making it happen.
Golden Globus is out to make a profit.
Yeah.
I'll have you know.
Well, to be fair, I mean, the dead cops could have slipped
Sure.
over.
Whatever.
Sure.
We'll go with it.
Either way,
But it's followed up by another good stunt because then another motorcycle cop kind of goes off the same ramp.
yeah, because he gets kicked by the ninja as he
Right.
swings around
Yeah.
the tree
Yeah.
and comes back around.
But it's a good stunt because motorcycle goes launching with guy, and they fall.
Luckily, the motorcycle doesn't fall on him.
Yeah.
yeah, or he doesn't fall on
It's-
the motorcycle
yeah.
in the water. It's good stunting.
Yes.
But then
At this point, we're like, man,
Yeah.
that was a fucking open. But then a helicopter shows up.
well, yeah, and he the ninja is now climbing up a tree.
He is. And just kind of
Up a
hiding.
palm tree.
Yes.
Yeah, sort of like on the opposite side of the helicopter's coming in, so they don't really see him. So, and the best part about this is he gets up to the leafy part of the palm tree and just kind of pops his head out the top.
Yeah.
Yes.
and like
They cut away to the to the helicopter just
Looking
so
for
that
him.
they can the
Yeah, I mean, there's a
helicopter's
guy with a
looking for him.
sniper rifle
Yeah.
ready.
And then they cut back to the tree where he's obviously moved position up into the top, and he just kind of whoop.
Yeah, and they still don't see him because he then latches onto the whatever the landing skids. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
He ninjas up there.
yeah, and kicks one dude out the side.
Yeah, the guy with the hanging out with the gun.
Yeah.
He
He
throws
just
that guy
snatches him,
out.
yeah.
Snatches him and throws him into the water.
The
Pilot, though,
Yeah.
the pilot is the one who gets like the best death because the ninja pulls a ninja star because he's got a bunch of them, and puts it in between the toes of his two-toed sandal shoe, whatever. Somebody will know what that's called. I don't.
Ninja shoe.
ninja shoe.
Ninja shoe. Yes. Ninja footies.
Shu Kasugi.
Very nice. He sneaks around the side of the helicopter and kicks the ninja star into the pilot.
Yeah.
Like, mega points for creativity right there.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Plus, there was a third guy that just had a gun and was like trying to get at him, and I think he just kind of kicked him and threw him in the water.
No, that he rides that guy down into
that's
the water.
right, yeah,
'cause
right.
They
Yeah, that's
both
right.
they launch out of there together.
Yeah.
And then the helicopter goes behind a mountain as it does, and then you get an explosion.
But not before it just going.
Oh
all over the
yeah, I
place.
mean it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The pilot of the actual pilot that did the stunt of the out of control helicopter did a really good job of making it look like it was wavering all over
Yeah.
the place. And then they flew it behind a mountain and an explosion happened.
It's kind of like the
And we're like-
end of FX. that
Yeah, and
we
we're like,
did.
man, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
And the cops on the shore
Now-
are like, fish those bodies out. and you see your bamboo
Yeah.
in the water moving along, and we're like, oh man! And a cop sees it. He's like, huh?
Look at that.
That's odd.
I saw Disney's Robin Hood.
I bet that's a ninja.
Also, like, was there a report of a ninja attack? What was that? What was going on?
Yeah.
And then blowgun to the neck on
Uh-huh.
that guy. And Ninja's on the run again.
And again, you're like, wow, okay, good action scene.
Let's keep going.
Nope, not
Yeah.
done yet.
Yeah. Okay. So
Now he's just running along.
he's just
and-
running through a path, like a
yeah,
mountain path.
and all the cops, like, no more cars show up. I think it's just like cops on foot, like, start shooting at him because he.
Some cops on foot start showing up, but also cars and motorcycles start
Yeah,
showing
okay.
up. Just like you got a 4 or 5 star wanted level in GTA.
Yeah.
Like they just appear out of
They're
nowhere and start
swarming,
shooting.
Yeah, and is just constant shooting at this point. And they've got like a big perimeter around him at first, and they just start murdering him to death with guns. And they just kind of shrink the circle, and just keep shooting him and keep shooting him. And eventually, Ninja goes down, and you're like, okay, what the fuck was all that?
As he's going down, he throws down one of his smoke pellets. Mm-hmm. And then and he's gone.
Yeah.
And the cops are like, the fuck?
Yeah, and they go over, and they're like, part of his uniform is there, and they pick it up with a nightstick. It's like, what the fuck is this?
And
They all kind of start like, well, I don't know, I guess we go home, and they all just kind of clear out, and Ninja pops back up out of the ground. He's fucking buried himself in the ground,
yep.
and
But then one of them, I guess, sees him again because he gets shot again.
yeah.
Because they're like, oh shit, there's that ninja.
Yeah, but as he's getting shot, like, he is just spinning around with his sword. Like, 8 more cops die in this
Yeah.
moment.
I thought the buried in the ground was the way he actually got away. Like when
No,
all
No,
of a
he
sudden-
didn't get away
He
because
didn't
he
get
actually
away.
died. They had his body. Remember?
Well,
later?
he gets away to meet her.
Yeah, I was gonna say
But yeah.
he gets away, but I
So-
think.
but
I
there,
think-
there's
oh,
a
yeah,
point
yeah,
where
yeah,
he's
right.
dead,
Right.
and the guy
Right.
goes to check his pulse and gets killed.
Yeah, because that's what it is.
That's
Is-
right,
is
yeah.
he
And
falls
then-
over and ostensibly dead, and guy goes over to check him, and he just stands up and like twirls around with a sword and
That's
kills
right.
like 7 more
That's
dudes.
right.
Okay,
But
and that's
yeah.
when he throws down the thing,
And
hides,
buries
and
him in
that's
the
how
ground.
he's able to get away.
He gets away and like stumbles, and we cut to Lucinda Dickey, who's like a telephone maintenance person. I don't know
Yep.
what they.
Yeah.
Before we leave this scene too fresh, Scott in the chat reminds me of the inverse rule of ninja, which is one ninja. The more ninjas you have, the less powerful the ninjas are.
True.
If you have 100 ninjas, they're just cannon fodder, and they're just ripped apart. If you have one ninja, though, one ninja is powerful.
Okay. So this should have been cop versus ninja, and then it would have been a fair fight.
Yes,
But because there were so many
exactly.
cops, they were all rendered.
Oh no, that only works for ninjas. Like more cops, they're back to cannon fodder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Single cop, maybe one loose cannon cop versus
That's
ninja.
that's
Yeah,
basically
but
what
I'm
you're
saying.
saying. Yeah.
But I mean, it has to be a loose cannon cop. One single cop is
Right.
just
Oh,
a chump.
Okay.
But a loose cannon cop,
yes.
however, yeah, this is algebra,
I-
ninja algebra.
I do-
Ninja algebra.
Ninja algebra.
I do enjoy that he, torpedoed himself into the ground, and they were all just like, huh, well, ain't that a thing? Well, let's go.
Well, keep in mind, they've seen a man they've shot like 45 times literally kick somebody in the head right after that.
No, I know, but he drills himself into the ground. He's basically gone, and surrounded by a pile of cops, just dead cops everywhere.
Yeah,
and
there
the
is
remaining
a long
cops,
shot of just all these bodies laying everywhere.
and the remaining cops are just like, well, okay, let's go home. And they all just turn around and walk away long enough for him to pop back up and run down the path.
Ice-T fucking loves this movie.
I'm sure he does. But yeah, that's when he runs into Lucinda Dickey.
Yeah, who's
Yeah, she's
climbing a telephone pole.
line person, I guess,
Yeah.
whatever you call them. I don't know.
She does half a second of work, which is
Yeah.
she connects her phone to the wires.
and it's really just like, I mean, honestly, the connection is like, look, she has climbing shoes like a ninja.
Yeah.
that
She
is
climbs up a pole.
Yes.
Like that's really like the entire reason for her to have that job.
And she
Well,
and
also the nondescript vehicle, so that it could escape.
Nondescript. It says phone company
It
on the
says-
side,
it says
like, or whatever.
telephone
yeah,
van.
Metro telephone or something like that.
inconspicuous.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Maybe
Inconspicuous.
somewhat.
All
Yeah.
right.
But yeah, she barely climbs up to a pole, which we watched this entire scene. She's playing some 80s as fuck music as she's doing this, which seems like it's on the soundtrack, but we found out it's on a boombox that she's actually playing.
Yeah.
Looks down, like again, she hooks the alligator clips up and is like going to test the phone line or whatever. Looks over and sees Ninja dying, stumbling around, climbs all the way back down, and it just starts going out and is like, "Hey, are you okay? Do you need help?"
And I like how the music changes and the way they're filming it changes. Like, it suddenly becomes
horror movie,
a
basically.
horror movie type
Yeah.
thing. But
yeah, she stumbles around, gets spooked by a rabbit or a chinchilla or something.
Yeah.
There's-
I think it's a chinchilla.
yeah.
Yeah. And she's like, oh.
Yeah. And then
Ninja.
Yeah, then he kind of pops up and like basically starts trying to kill her.
Yeah.
yeah,
And then all of a sudden she throws some dirt in his face.
Yeah,
Starts to get away, and then
See,
he just.
that's what the cop should have done.
Yeah.
All
Throw
they had to
some
do
dirt.
was throw some dirt in his face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But then he's like, hey.
well, he says he starts talking in Japanese
I know.
and just sort of entrances her because she just stops when everything should be run away. This guy just trying to strangle you, and also, I mean, it's '84, and apparently this is still the time when nobody knew what a ninja was. But
Yeah.
still, like, guy in a hood with a sword, maybe run. But yeah, she just kind of gets enthralled and stops, and then he hands her his sword,
Yeah.
and then drops dead.
Yep.
And she's just like, "Huh, well, all right, that's weird.
Free sword.
I'm going home now."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And well, no, she goes to the cops. So basically says like, "Hey, I found this dead guy. Not that he was alive and all this."
Yeah,
just
I mean, the next scene is her
in the police
being
station. Yeah.
vaguely interrogated.
Yeah, because the cop was like, you better tell us what you... And she's like, I did. And, you know...
Yeah, I just found him dead. They're like, and he didn't have anything with him.
Yeah.
She's like, no.
Because the cops are like, he killed like 40 of our dudes, you know. And she's like, yeah, well, I don't know what else to tell you. You have his body.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, okay, well, you take our card and better not go anywhere.
Well, no,
don't leave
not
town.
quite because Harry Cop has to come over.
Yeah, this is when Billy shows
Yeah.
up.
Harry cop.
Yeah.
Yes.
More like
Here comes Billy.
bear cop.
Billy.
Yes.
He's got a built-in bear suit.
Yeah,
But yeah, he just comes over and is just like doing the old like put your foot up on a chair. Which was that ever like a thing that ladies were like, "Hey, he put
Oh,
his
yeah.
leg up."
You
That
put your
means-
leg up. That means you are dominant.
Yeah,
The
so-
domination.
yeah.
So yeah, he walks over and Captain Morgan's on this chair and is just like, "Hey,"
Gives her a Coke.
Gives her a Coke.
Because she says,
She's
I
like-
don't do soft drinks.
Yeah.
Well,
Or I don't
afterwards.
use soft
I don't,
drinks.
use soft drinks.
yeah.
Was how she put it.
And he's like, the fuck?
Well, would you like to get some coffee? Maybe a juice? Maybe some whiskey?
Whiskey,
yeah.
He just rattles off a bunch of things. She's like, "Piss off! I'm not interested," and more or less leaves.
Well,
I mean,
he persists, and she is like, I don't date cops.
Bye.
Bye.
And he tries to take her hand and
Yeah,
like
listen.
kiss her hand, and she's
Yeah.
like,
And she's like,
He's
"The
trying
fuck?"
to milady and
"Fuck
Yeah.
off."
So she goes home
Yeah,
to her.
she gives every possible signal that stay away from me.
Please no. So she goes
This
home.
is not
to-
me being coy. This is me literally
Yeah.
telling you, don't come near me again.
Exactly. That is exactly what she is saying.
Yet he ignores it.
Yet, yeah.
He does,
Yeah.
and she goes home to her loft, which is fucking ridiculous.
ridiculous,
It's
awesome.
awesome.
She has her own arcade cabinet.
Yes.
Yep.
She has a coffee table that's made of a wire spool that she probably
Yeah.
stole from her job.
Yes.
She's got like
That makes sense. now, yeah.
zigzag neon lights on the wall.
Yeah. It's
Industrial
the fucking Ghostbuster
furniture.
set in that room.
Yeah. But I mean, it's like a studio too.
Yeah.
So like, there's no organization to anything.
No.
It's just like they just randomly threw a bunch.
She's
of
got
shit in
one
a
of
room.
those rotating heat vent things from a roof just sitting on her refrigerator
Yeah.
for no reason.
Yeah.
Just
She
because.
probably stole it when she was.
Yes. Just found things from the
And she has a friend there.
yeah.
This friend who never appears again.
That's true. Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, she's got a roommate. All
Yeah.
right. And yeah, roommate answers the phone and hands it because she's busy playing a video game. Roommate answers the phone. Is like, oh, it's for you. And we only hear the one side of the conversation, but it's very clearly her going, I already told you I don't date cops.
Yeah.
Why don't you let it go? Leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah. But then she's like,
I have an aerobics class to teach.
no, I'm not telling you where the class is. Creep.
Yeah.
Jerk.
It's like cut to aerobics class.
Yes.
Middle of like speed round, advanced aerobics because.
Well, this is just the grossest gym anyway.
Well, I mean, like
There's like carpet on the floor,
Yeah,
which is
it's like
No.
it's gross. I'm just saying,
it's like a rec center.
they're in
Yeah.
full on, Flashdance maniac mode, aerobics
However,
speed. at
the
this point.
room's about the size of our studio.
Yes.
And there's like 20 people doing her class. There's dudes working out on machines.
Who are all like grunting
Leering.
and leering at asses and
Yeah.
and she's
I mean,
leading the class.
there's a reason why aerobics rooms in a gym are usually in their own separate room.
yes.
Yeah.
It's so you don't get leered at.
Yeah.
I think, honestly, the reason it seems like the reason she started off at regular aerobics pace and then picked it up because she noticed cop dude in there.
Maybe.
And she's like, "All right, fucker, let's do this.
Probably.
But yeah,
Let's see if
Yeah.
you can dance."
She tries to kill him
and,
with aerobics.
with aerobics. Yes.
and At one point, he actually does the Flashdance Maniac dance thing, but then he just collapses on the floor.
And then she's like, okay.
Does she even really acknowledge him? Does she just kind of like walk over and like, at him?
Kind of, yeah. She doesn't really interact with him at all. No.
Because it's just, all right, everybody cool down, take a shower, let's leave.
Yeah.
And goes out, just cut to her leaving, and
oh man,
like the whole studio / gym is basically exiting.
Yeah, they all had an hour in this space,
right.
and
but they all
it.
leave into the alleyway.
Well, yeah, and she hears a kerfuffle around the corner, and it's a lady basically screaming, and she kind of goes around the corner, and one of her aerobics students is being accosted by the 4 scummy dudes who were just working out on equipment.
It's just dudes from the gym who left 5 seconds before everyone else are just totally harassing a lady.
And
4
everyone
feet
else
away
from
from
the
the
gym
door
has walked out.
Yeah,
there are like 20 people,
and
who
they're all
are
just like,
witnesses to this.
What's happening here? What's this?
And she's the only one who goes over and is like, "The
Hey.
fuck's wrong with you guys?
Yeah, what are you
Leave
doing?"
her alone."
And so they immediately start in on her.
Yeah.
And at this point, a crowd has formed.
Yes.
Including the fucking cops. Are all just sitting
Yes.
there watching this. These guys goes, "Hey, baby, why don't you we'll be real sweet with you," and all this, and like pushing her around. They're pinballing her around, and like
They are literally like
This is an assault.
they are 45 seconds from rape.
Yes.
Like 45 seconds from attempted rape
Yeah.
is what this point of this is. And there is a officer of the law watching.
Yeah.
He's like, "Huh."
Never mind the 20 other people who are just
Yes.
standing there like, huh, this is unusual. Boy, I didn't think I'd see this 5 feet away from the gym,
And then-
considering I just worked out with all of these people.
yeah. And then whatever latent ninja power she's gotten from touching the sword, she basically kicks these 4 dudes' asses.
Yes.
Yes.
Including like
She does some gymnastics.
She just does some gymnastics on like the accessibility bar or whatever you want to call it. I don't know.
guardrail.
Yeah, guardrail thing.
Yeah.
And then like
Breaks it
basically
off.
breaks it off and then like beats a couple dudes with it. And then the whole crowd is clapping, including the cop guy. And then he just kind of grabs her by the shoulders like, "You're under arrest."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And throws her in his little Fiat car, is driving down the road. He's like, "I'm not actually going to arrest you, but I could, because that was assault back there." And it's like,
The fuck?
no, cop, no.
She just stopped
No.
one rape, and this guy is trying to start up another.
Yeah.
It,
Anyway,
And
yeah.
he just keeps on with the, like, look, lady, you're going to have to go out with me. And she's like, I really don't want to go out with you. And then he launches into this. He
pulls
like
the car
finally
over.
pulls the car over.
Yeah, he goes, if you're not going to date cops, then you might as well just get out of the
Yeah.
car and we
Get
might as well
out.
just stop doing this.
I like being a cop, so just get
Yeah,
out.
I'm a cop. I can't help it. And
Yeah, so
that's
do
what
it.
I am. So you're either going to date me or you're going to get out.
And in a sane world, she goes, "Okay, thanks. Finally, you get it."
Yeah.
And walks out of the car and leaves.
But no.
This movie is not existing in a sane world.
No, because she's like, you want to come back to my place and fuck.
Yes. The point where he goes, "I give up. I fucking quit. I get it now.
You're
I
right.
understand."
I hear you. No means no. I will leave you alone forever and ever. And then she's like,
Nope, she closes the door and she's like, "I don't have any coffee at my place." Or what's she saying? "I don't have any coffee at my place."
she's like, why don't you come back to my place? I don't have any coffee.
coffee.
though."
I have some V8.
Yeah. And
V8
you,
juice,
you
I think
just
she
watch
says.
me shower. Because like it just cuts to him like looking at all the weird stolen shit in her apartment, and she just comes out in a towel and she's like, "We're gonna do this now."
Yeah, look at my naked back.
Yeah, and she like takes the towel off and puts a shirt on, and he's just like, "I can't believe this is happening."
I like your PJs.
Yeah, and she's just like, "Don't have any coffee. All I
Yeah.
have is V8. Watch this."
Yeah, pushes him down on the couch, mounts him, and then proceeds to pour V8 down herself.
A dollop of V8, like not. She
A
doesn't
splash.
empty the can on
It's a
herself.
V8
It's a V8 splash. It doesn't empty the can of V8 on herself, but just enough to where you're like, ew. And then he's just like, fuck yes, let's do this, and kind of like bends her back over and starts to slurp the V8 off her neck. And you're like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. This is 9.5 weeks gone horribly wrong.
I
tell you what, though.
with
It's like
V8,
they're-
it's more like 9.5 reeks.
It's like they're trying to get through every level of gross that this relationship can get to, and they're just like, listen, we're at the point where they're just pouring V8 on each other
Yeah.
for some fucking reason. I don't know, man.
You know what?
Well, at least
If I was in that position, I'd go with it, though.
Yeah, that's
I'd
true,
be like,
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
yeah,
V8's, sure.
Sure.
yeah. At least it wasn't Clamato. We said that.
Yes.
Right. She got chlamydia.
Yeah, because she wakes up in the bed with him because we're thinking like, oh, she's possessed by the ninja. This guy's getting his ass murdered.
Yeah.
Nope.
Or this guy's going to get transitively possessed by the ninja.
Something.
Yeah.
Like
No.
he's going to jump around.
Yeah,
or-
and he's
No.
going to be like a...
No.
Nothing like that.
I honestly did not expect that they were going to make this woman the full-time ninja.
They shouldn't have.
Well,
Well, yeah.
possibly
Yeah.
true. I thought they were going to make this schlubby cop, the
Uh,
ninja,
nope.
which would have been
Nope.
worse, but...
Yeah.
But like, so basically, from this point on, they are in a committed relationship, and that's the end of that. It's like,
Yes.
we are dating now, and we will badger each other about where are you and what time is it and where have you been.
But I mean, they've just finished their first night together, right? And
Yes.
and she gets
they haven't
awoken.
even finised. Like, she wakes up in the middle of the night
because she's got Zool in her closet.
the 80s music video smoke machine is going off in her closet.
But yeah, she wakes up and goes to the closet, and the sword unsheathes itself and starts floating in front of her.
Yeah.
And then she's just like, all right,
Yeah, and when she gets ninja'd out, whatever it is, possessed,
Uh-huh.
her eyes actually get more narrow,
Yeah.
and they
put a lot of eyeliner on, and
they paint her more Asian.
Yeah. yes,
They do that,
they do.
and so that's how you know that she's
Yeah.
in the ninja zone. And
down, out, down.
but he wakes up while this is happening and is like, "Hey, what's up?"
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, I was just having a bad dream.
Yeah.
There's nothing. I felt like rearranging my closet because I couldn't sleep." He's like, well, "That's pretty fucked up."
All right, well,
That's,
whatever.
I thought the V8 thing was weird, but this is really weird.
Yeah.
All right.
You're really freaking me out.
But after that, they're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. She kind of. She doesn't go full possessed this time. It's just like
No.
it's a
Yeah.
taste of
She's just
the
kind of
ninja become
mesmerized
first step.
by the floaty sword.
Right.
Yeah. But, like, isn't it at this point they're like, he's visiting her at work. He's like, "Oh, I found your van."
Yeah, no, she gets a call from him like, I'm gonna have to cancel her date, and she's out working, and
Oh yeah, he pulls up like, "See, I'm totally working," and
he's got the older schlubby cop with him,
Yeah.
and she has like her first. What, she might have had like a brief flashback in the police station with somebody.
She did. Well, no, so she had... Her first flashback was with him.
Yeah, it was
She had a
like-
flashback
Yeah.
because he was the one...
He was the one with the M16.
On the grassy knoll with the M16.
However, they blurred out his face.
Yeah,
Like
the
his
sun
face
was
was in
behind
shadow.
him.
Yeah,
So-
you could see his hair, I guess.
It's very clear it's
All
him,
of it.
but
Right.
the movie is supposed to be making this.
Obscured,
It
right.
did actually feel like a little bit of misdirection because it's like, of course it's that guy. But then they're like, it's almost like it feels so obvious that it feels like, well, it's not going to be him. It's going to
Right.
be somebody else.
yeah, it's him.
They're thinking
Yeah.
what they want you
They
to
abandoned
think
it
that
later
you're
on.
thinking. That
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
thinking that you're thinking that they
Yeah.
think that you think.
They're
that you
on
know.
like 6 levels of.
Yeah. 9 levels of irony, and
Yeah.
we're all dead.
But she sees schlubby cop in the car with him
Well,
and has like
her second was with the 2 motorcycle cops, or was that later? That was.
I think
later.
it was after. Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Sorry, okay, so this is her
Yeah,
second
she sees
premonition.
schlubby cop and it has like the flashback to him shooting the ninja guy, and it's just like everyone's like, "Are you okay?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm fine," and just snaps out of it. And they drive off, and she immediately she's with another telephone worker.
She's with Kenny Loggins guy.
She just slams the back of the phone truck and takes off, and he's like, "Hey."
Yeah, we're working. Yeah, and she just tears off.
Yeah, and basically follows them to this guy's house, and then just drives off like, okay, I know where he lives now.
Right.
And then that night, she gets revisited by the ghost of the sword, and
The ghost of Ninja Pats.
Yeah.
Not only that,
The ghost of Ninja.
she gets
Present.
visited by the ghost of the arcade cabinet.
yes, like everything. This is when it goes full like Amityville
Yeah.
2. Like the whole house is like all right.
laser light show time, which I don't know what the fuck that has to do with ninjas, but the arcade machine keeps swiveling around, following her, blowing smoke at her, and eventually catches her attention enough to where she just stands there, and she gets hit with a laser light show in the face.
Yeah.
That goes on for a while, and
It looks pretty fucking cool.
it's kind of rad. But then I guess that's all it took to fully ninja-ize her, and then she
Oh yeah, she walks out of her apartment, her loft in full ninja get up now. Which we basically.
Well, no,
just-
I think she goes. That's when she goes to the cave for the first time.
Oh, is that? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's
to
right.
Get,
She-
to get the get up.
That's
She
right.
drives to the cave and pushes open the magic rock
Yeah, yeah.
and gets all the
Yep.
shit, and then emerges from the cave dressed as ninja. Because I said, "Oh, they're gonna Dudikoff her, and this is how they'll get out of her not being able to do any ninja shit is to immediately cover every inch of her, so it could literally be anybody at any
Yeah.
time." So, yeah, but she goes
Good
to
choice, really.
Schlubby Cop's house, who is just in his underwear playing pool, chomping on a cigar because that's what he does. That's his character.
Listen, she's there to put him out of his misery.
Yeah.
That man leads a miserable life.
Yeah, he's
I'm
not
calling
even
it now.
He's not even having fun playing pool by himself.
Yeah,
He's just
he
like,
is-
son of a bitch. He's just like, dude, who cares?
In a room thick with cigar smoke.
Yeah. But she busts in and jumps up on the table, and he's like, what? And
Attacks her with
he
the pool
gets
cue.
kicked into the closet.
Well,
and-
first he's trying to fight her with the pool cue, and
Yeah.
so she's like slicing little portions of it off, and then he's kind of gets thrown across the room into the wall, and then sees his gun and goes for that, and just as he's reaching for it, she ninja stars his hand, not his hand, but like right in front of his
right,
hand.
yeah,
He's
blocks
like,
his
"Whoa!"
hand to where he's like, I better not move my hand any further.
Yeah, and I don't remember how she actually finishes him off. Just stabs him.
I
or
do like
slices
She
him.
defenestrates him.
Yeah,
Oh.
she cuts one of the pool balls in half. I like that.
Oh, and she
yeah.
crushes
also
another
crushes
one.
one with her hand
Yeah.
after catching it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Because
and she
ninjas
eventually
crush balls.
Yeah, I think
she
she
picks
sword
him up
crushed
against
balls,
the
and
wall, cuts his face,
cuts his face, and then
defenestrates him.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's apparently enough to kill him.
And then there's a aftermath scene where everyone shows up like, oh, well, this is
Also,
tragic.
Shokazuki showed up before this because he just shows up at airport. He's got like some almost monk-looking business.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
like business monks.
Business monks, yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, hello.
Yeah. And it's just like, yeah, I've got some business. We'll talk a little more about it later.
Yeah.
And then he just shows back up again because the cops are here and they're bringing out the body of Schlubby Cop, and he's just standing there. And we should note that he's got, not only does he have an eye patch, he has a very unique eye patch on. It almost looks like it has a lock on it.
Yeah, it looks like it's a keyhole.
Yeah.
Like
It's
you
a-
can unlock
it's
the
a-
power of the eye.
Hand card from a katana.
Oh.
Oh.
Called a suba.
All right.
Oh.
I knew that's what it was. I just didn't know the name until now.
Okay, then. There you go.
Outstanding.
Hi.
Yeah. So yeah, he has one of those on his eye.
And the business monks are just like, we're glad you came.
Yeah.
You know, we couldn't locate it right away, but we know you'll be able to find it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's standing there, and our Harry Cop, whatever his name is. What is his name again? What's
Billy?
Billy?
Billy.
Yeah. Billy sees him, and then like the ambulance backs up to drive away, and then he's gone.
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh, okay, that's weird. And nothing really comes of that.
Nope.
He just sees him. And then, yeah, I think she goes to visit. I'm trying to remember what happens. Because I want to say the two motorcycle cops are like after he's
Well-
taking her to see James Hong. I
Yeah,
know it is,
because
I
they
know it
have
is.
they
yeah.
have some arguments
Yeah.
about like he's like, well, where were you? She's like, I don't know.
Right.
And there's like a point where she's all bruised up and she doesn't know why.
Yeah.
And I think it's from fighting.
Well, yeah, he's gone to see
The
her,
guy.
and it's like it's broad daylight out. It's probably 2 PM, and he's like, "Where have you been? I've been looking for you since noon." And it's like, "What the fuck, man? You've known
Yeah,
me
you've
one
been
day."
dating a day.
It also looks like it's about 2:00
Yeah.
outside. So,
But I mean, like a lot of scenes with her start with her just like, I don't know what's happening with me. I don't feel right, and I know things, but I don't know anything,
Yeah.
and
She's
I'm covered in
getting
bruises.
Yeah,
losses
she-
of time.
Yeah.
She visits a psychiatrist.
Oh, God.
Who's like, there's nothing wrong with you.
She's this little tiny corner office with every medical thing possible crammed into it, and this lady doctor like, here are your brain scans. They're all normal. Everything's fine. Your heart's fine. Your diet's fine. You are a little too obsessed with Japanese culture, though, and it's like,
No.
fuck?
No. It was even better than that.
Yeah.
She goes, the psychologist that you saw said, you look fine, except that you seem to have super acute ESP.
Yeah.
Yeah, you score higher on the extrasensory perception.
Yes.
Right. And you're a little too obsessed with Japanese culture.
Other
it's
than that,
like-
you're healthy as a
and
horse.
like,
So,
that-
I was
that-
like, what part of the quiz does that?
I've never been asked one question
Yeah.
about my interest in Japanese culture.
ma'am, everything's fine, but you're a huge fucking weeb. So we're gonna need you to fucking quit it
Every-
and delete your 4chan bookmarks.
Every Rorschach you looked at, you mentioned a manga character.
Do you have more than one full-length body pillow?
Your responses were anime titties for 94 out of the 100 questions. So I'm gonna need you to back the fuck off.
You kept bringing up tentacle porn, which it honestly made us all very uncomfortable.
But aside from that, you're fine.
You're doing great.
Healthy as an ox.
This wrist Rorschach looks like Goku. This one looks like Goku. This one looks like powered up Goku.
I don't even know what a nega cyan is, but that's what you said it was. We're
We thought
just
you
gonna
said
go
some
with
racist
it.
words, but then we asked our we asked the weird kid at school.
So she's been diagnosed with acute anime and gets sent home.
She does, yeah. Is this where she goes to work to see him? He's not there, and that's when creepy mustache cop walks out with 2 ladies on his arm.
Yes.
And she's like, I recognize this cop as another one who tried to murder me. I'm going to follow him to the international spa around the corner to where he will have a private jacuzzi.
Yeah. Yeah, the international spa.
Bringing back the jacuzzi.
I like the way you slid back into that jacuzzi, Chuck.
Yeah, no problem.
Also, I want to point out that like this guy's like 5 years younger than George's dad on Seinfeld, like Jerry Stiller.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy has that like that kind of sex appeal going
Yes.
on for him, and yet
He's-
he's got two young, attractive ladies.
Gross, wispy mustache, like jeweler guy. You know, it's just like,
yeah.
ew, guy.
But he's
Yeah.
got two ladies
But
hanging
two
on
ladies,
it.
and they are into it. They are totally just like, we are two ladies, and we are here with you. And so they've got their own little private jacuzzi room, and you
Call
just
that
see
a jacuzzi.
and you just see the back of her, Lucinda Dickey, walking down the hallway with towels to come into this room.
Hey, Chuck, nobody needed towels.
No?
Nobody needed towels.
And they're just like, she knocks on the door, and one of the ladies is like, I'll get it. And she comes over and is just like, oh, it's you. Okay, just put the towels over there. And she does, and then she just stands there, and then she takes off her robe. And the ladies are like, what kind of place is this? And the camera does its 19th pan up from her feet to, you know, the rest of her. And she's in some swimsuit, and she just gets in the jacuzzi with them.
now,
The what?
The jacuzzi.
Oh, okay. All right.
And-
I was
but
confused
the
for a
way
second.
they sell this shot at first, I was like, are they just going to go full frontal here? Because like the girl's like,
Yeah.
when she drops the thing, you know,
Yes.
from behind, because all you see is like from her calves down.
Right.
And then they take so long panning up. I'm like, are they going there? And no, she's just wearing a swimsuit.
Yeah.
But these women are pissed.
Oh my
that
God.
some other woman would dare to be.
And
in
They're
a
also
swimsuit.
narrating everything.
They have no internal monologue. It is all external.
But it's so weird. Like, these two ladies have apparently come to an understanding that their presence is okay with each other.
Right.
Yeah.
But the presence of a stranger lady is not acceptable because she
That
just
is-
gets in and slinks over to him and starts making out with him. And they're just like,
Look, Chuck, three's company, and four's
a domination.
yeah,
Four's a podcast.
four's a podcast. Yeah.
but they're just
One star we're in, two's a crowd, three's
Yeah.
company.
but they're just
Come
like,
on, knock 'em
he
up.
is making out with her. What is that? We are in this hot tub with them, and
we're getting out of here.
we're leaving right. I don't like this.
The reason they're
they-
so pissed is because they are getting paid together. Oh. Absolutely getting paid
I
together.
see. Okay.
But they,
Which is fine if that's how you want to make your money. Your body, your choice.
they also say they're going to leave about 6 times and never do.
No, they don't.
Nope.
But she has a little poison ring on that she, as she's making out with the dude, turns it around, takes the tip off, turns it around, and just taps it on his neck. And he immediately just goes, bah! And the other women are like, what's she doing to him? What's happening to him? What? He's injured. Oh, goodness. And then, oh, she's coming after us now.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm drowning. And
Yeah,
just,
the
like,
one girl gets slashed across the chest, and the other one, she strangles with his chain
yeah.
in the jacuzzi, which I will mention has water in it.
Yeah, it sure does.
You've,
I mean,
you've
she-
taken like the longest route to get from point A
She
to
ultimately
point B.
kills her with the water.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's more like chain drag down to the water and then hold her
Yeah.
under.
Right.
Yeah.
But either way,
Cause of death, acute jacuzzi.
A coos.
over jacuzzi.
Yakuza.
I knew we'd get there.
Yes, there it is.
Yep. But yeah, so she kind of slinks out, just leaving these bodies floating in the tub. Mm-hmm. And Sho Kasugi shows up after this, and he's like, "Oh,
Yeah, taps the blood and
Yeah.
does the Jovitos are near.
And it's like this cuts to another shot of her starting at her feet, panning up to her in her underwear, where she is just fucking maniacking to death in her apartment working out. And the cop comes in and is like, where the fuck have you been? We're going down to the Asiatic division of the cops. Let's go.
He also found her sword at some point, and she just kind of laughed it off of like, yeah, it's Japanese. I was going to
I'm going to put it on the wall at some point.
someday."
Yeah.
But
Yes.
yeah, when she's she also isn't like responding to him. She's just
Yeah.
robicizing to death here.
Yes.
And then he just shuts the music off and is like, "What is up with you?" And she's like, "I don't know. I don't know where I was again." He's like, "Well, I was talking to somebody down in the Asiatic division.
Yeah, and I'm
there's
like-
a guy. He's supposed to be very good. Let's go see him."
What is this? The fucking Phoenix, Arizona Police Department has this weird James Wong division. I don't know, but
James Hong division.
sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah, they go to
Use the Wong last name.
I did. I apologize. They go to I don't know where they go. They just go to a place that is Asian in nature, and they
I
go
don't
in.
think I don't think this was supposed to be a police station. He said I was talking to someone.
I know.
In our
I know, but it's just like
At
they
least
never
they-
they
at
never
least
A to B
Asiatic
it.
division.
At
in
least he didn't
fucking
say I was
nowhere.
talking to someone down in the Chinatown district
Yeah,
or
I-
precinct.
true.
Yes.
Because I don't know about I don't know
Okay.
Asiatic. That's a little weird.
Yes.
But
I think they were trying really hard to not be offensive because Shokasugi
Sure.
was probably standing right there.
right, and that's
Like,
what I'm
say
getting. at.
Oriental,
mean as
I
fuck.
dare you.
That's what I'm getting at, and so I'm going to let Asiatic go.
It's just a really weird.
It is.
turn of
It is.
phrase.
Well, it's also
Well,
a strange transition because it
listen.
sounds like they're going to the cop
Maybe
to the precinct. or
James
something.
Hong's place is in an attic in Asia.
Asiatic.
Oh,
Get it?
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay. But
But
yes.
okay, Shokasugi was not in the dubbing booth for this because like they come into this this reception area where they've got this Asian lady, and like I said when we were watching it, it's like I don't think she was racist enough during the film itself
Oh my
because
God.
they dub in just the hello, you know, it's just like oh dear God,
Yeah.
and she's like oh come me please, you know, and it's just like seriously guys, what the fuck are you doing? And so she just leads them back to James Hong, who is I don't know, got a layer of some kind.
I
with-
got the
It
impression
is
he was.
easily described as a layer.
yeah.
I got the impression like he was a flim flam man.
Yeah,
You
it
know,
does
and, like-
seem that way, but he has a lot of tools.
He does too. Like it's confusing because like she still doesn't even really know exactly why they're there.
And
the very
she's
first
kind of joking about it. She's
Yeah.
like, "Well, because he's like, I need money to make the transaction." He said he phrases it some way like, "I need incentive for the
Right.
the summoning to happen."
Dude hands him like 10 grand.
oh yeah,
it's a wad of
Huge
money.
wad of
yeah.
bills.
He fucking stole that from the drug division.
Like,
100%, the drug division. That was a fucking coke covered stack that he handed him.
She's still kind of smirking about all this. Like,
Yeah.
where the hell? Like, are we gonna buy a Mogwai here? What the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then like all of a sudden, the little assistant lady from the front walks in with like leather straps and a giant chain thing and plops it on the ground, and she's like, "The fuck is
Yeah.
going on here?" And he basically is James Hong is just like, in case the demon gets too restless, you know, this is for protection. And
Yeah.
so she allows herself to get strapped up, you know, splayed on the wall in this like S&M
Chain
bullshit thing.
Yeah.
And then like he starts reading off a scroll to try to summon the demon or whatever.
He gives her a pipe to smoke.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
She has some good
Yeah.
sensimia.
And then just kind of immediately is just like, oh shit, there's a real fucking demon in her.
Yeah,
And-
because her face turns like really pale white.
And her
And
eyes
she,
get, like,
and she
really
gets,
red
and
and
yeah, her eyes
ninja
get
out.
red, and they give her the longer edges with the mascara and all that. But
Also, her hair goes crazy and like giant white streaks down
Yeah.
it and all
Yeah.
this shit.
Yeah.
It's
This is
She goes full
someone
rogue.
said, "Hey, we need an exorcist scene in this," and that's what's about to happen because James, he's like, I'm not qualified for this actual thing. Like something is happening here, and this is real bad.
But then he kind of gets dominated as well.
Yeah.
Because he's
Yeah.
like, oh, I do anything that the demon commands.
Yes,
yeah, because he goes to grabs a knife
That's
and,
my
and
best
yeah,
James
because
Hong.
the demon says something to him, like
Yeah.
like it's not her voice anymore,
Right.
and it's someone speaking Japanese, and then he's like, and then he responds, and then he's like, "Oh fuck,
yeah.
yeah, this is not good."
The cop's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "It wants me to cut it down.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that."
Yeah, and the cop's like, "No,
Yeah.
no, that's a really bad idea."
but then she just breaks the chains anyway, and
But she's still strapped like at the waist.
yes,
Yes.
So, but like. Okay, yes, she's strapped at the waist.
Because-
well, before
yeah,
that
yeah, I
happens,
know.
like the cop is just like, I'm gonna grab this rope and tie it around her.
Yeah.
And
Well, because at first the cop's like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah.
like he is.
Yes.
That's probably the most realistic reaction this guy has to anything in the movie.
Yeah.
He's like, "Okay, fuck."
yeah, because for a while he's just kind of standing there chilling, like this is unusual.
Yeah.
But as The Exorcist is playing out in this room, but like he runs over and starts tying rope around her arms.
Yeah,
and
and-
James Hong is just like. He doesn't know what he's doing. I'm so sorry. I apologize to the demon. Like,
Yeah.
like, please excuse him. He doesn't know what he's
This
doing.
fool is an idiot.
Yeah. So he has wrapped her around tight, and she is still chained at the waist. And then all of a sudden, like this becomes
Well, she lifts James Hong up the wall.
yes,
With
and
her
he-
mind.
and he's like pinned against the wall.
right. And then she just starts spinning.
Yeah. like remember,
Well,
it's-
there is a plank with
Like,
a dummy on it.
I was going to say, spinning doesn't really, like... Okay, so she's strapped at the waist
Yeah.
with her arms tied, and you know how you ever, like...
Yeah, it's like a round up rubber band. and you
Rubber
just
band
pull
with
it.
a thing in the middle. She's doing that and just going, woo,
Yeah.
woo, like end over end.
And then eventually stops. And kind of starts killing James Hong, like while he's forced up the wall in the corner.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah. And does it just eventually just
Yeah,
fuck
she
off
just
and
kind of
leave?
collapses,
Yeah.
and he says the demon exhausted itself, and he's like, "Well, when's it coming back?" He's like, I can't tell you that, but this is not good news.
No,
I can't
help you anymore.
Yeah, I can't do anything.
Yeah, you should go.
Yep.
And that's it for him. We never see him again.
No,
He doesn't help.
he escaped with his life.
Yeah.
I do like that the woman who had been helping, like who had been hitting the gong in the background when shit went down, she's like, "Okay, leaving now." Like, she kind of just slinks out
she's
of the
like,
room.
Nah. You don't pay me enough for this.
But yeah, so so Billy takes her to the precinct.
Oh, God.
Still looking demoned out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like her eyes are back to normal, but otherwise, like her face is pale, white,
Zombied
and,
out,
and her hair's everywhere,
Bruises everywhere and, like, just still has the streaks in her hair. And she is just like, you know, Dana Barrett on the desk, just splayed out, just sexy pose. And that's when the two motorcycle cops walk
yeah,
by.
and they're like, "Hey, man, are you going to the
funeral.
at 4:30 for shitty Frank who got tossed out a window?"
Yeah.
And
The Frankistration.
but at first, like when they walk up, she stares at them, like gives them like the evil stare,
Yeah.
and has the flashback to them killing the ninja in the beginning, and then they're like,
Ma'am?
and he's like, "Hey,
Hey, they're cops. Don't act.
quit acting like a psycho in front of my friends."
Yeah.
God, we've talked about this.
And then she's like, yeah, okay, that's
Oh,
fine.
hi. Yeah,
Yeah.
nice to meet you. All right.
Yeah,
Enjoy your funeral.
but now we know
Yeah.
these guys are dead.
Yep.
So she goes back to her loft, and this is when suddenly it becomes poltergeist to where so she's just being haunted by shit chasing her around the apartment.
I do like that the first time it happens, it's like the cabinets underneath the sink open. She's like, "Oh no, you don't!"
Yeah.
and she
And
slams
she just
them
closes
shut.
them.
She's like,
and then lays down on the bed
no.
like, oh, well, I
Yeah, I
finished
got
that.
this.
Yeah.
And so no, everything
because
in
it's
the,
also the key thing is she doesn't know what happened at James Hong's place.
Right. She
Like
doesn't
she's
remember it.
like she blanks out completely when this happens.
Yeah.
But she does know when it's about to happen.
yes.
Yeah.
But
the other thing is the drapes, blinds. They're like those drape blinds. They're not really blinds, but they're not really drapes either. They just vertical.
Go
drapes.
on.
They roll up
Yeah.
like they're yeah.
yes.
But they start just falling down. And that's like our first clue of like, oh no. And then the 80s music video is happening under the sink.
Yeah, but like, so all the shit is happening in her apartment, and she's kind of scared, kind of freaking out, trying to figure out some way to combat it. And for about 4 seconds, her idea about how to fight this evil power is to dance at it. Like,
Yes.
she's like, I'm not putting up with this, and she turns on the record player and just starts fucking dancing in front of the spooky closet.
Well, it's because she had started hearing the laughing. Like
Yes.
he has a weird, creepy
Yeah.
laugh thing that happens.
And she's
so
just
she
like-
was just trying to drown it out.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fucking dance, and
gonna-
it's just
I'm
like
gonna
fuck your
ropicize the
record
demons.
player.
The sword has other ideas.
Yes, because the sword has come out of the closet again, and it's just like fuck your record player, slice.
I don't know what method it is of making things float in Hollywood or Canon Films wherever
This
they're-
is the cheapest one.
this
It is the cheapest one, and it is also the most fucking charming one, and I love it. I love that this little sword sort of like just
it's just
wiggles around
wobbly,
as it's
and you can see the fucking black fishing wire.
It's straight up theater
Yeah,
special effects.
I just fucking love it. Every
Yeah.
time that sword danced out on its own,
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, you're trying, little buddy."
but this just
You
becomes
go.
the closet scene in Poltergeist. The room is like
It's on an angle.
yeah, well, it's built on a soundstage, and it's like in Breaking 2. They've set it up so they could do so. They are shaking the room and
It's
vibrating
probably the
it.
same stage.
Probably. And so they tilt it so that all the shit is rolling into the closet,
Yeah.
and eventually it kind of sucks her into the closet. The end. And then next time you see her, she is ninja'd out.
Oh yeah,
She
she
is
comes out
wearing
of the
her outfit
yeah,
again.
comes out of the
Yeah.
apartment, full ninja gear.
Yeah, and she goes to the
Funeral.
cemetery,
Yeah.
which I like. So I know it's because it's Arizona, but I like to believe because they just had 40 funerals for other cops that there's no grass anywhere. Everything is fucking dirt.
This is the grand opening of this graveyard.
They've already just filled it to the brim. They're just like, good God.
The guy is sick of repainting the number on the population sign when you enter the city.
Right.
They're like, we got to deal with this ninja problem.
Can we
Yeah.
just get like the hanging letters like they have at a ball game?
You're right.
So they're having
Or just
a
a
funeral
reel.
for Shitty Frank or whoever.
Yeah.
And she's there, and she's waiting for the 21 gun salute, and she's gonna just bow and arrow the two motorcycle cops who were there.
She also like slid between one tree and the other. Like she climbed up one tree, then made a makeshift like
little bridge.
Yeah.
repelling thing with her
Zip line.
using
It was
her
a
sword.
little-
Zip line
like
with
a
her
zip
sword.
line,
She
yeah.
rode her sword over to the other tree.
Yeah. And then
So she
notches
waits
up
for the
arrow
first
and wait.
first round of fire, and then she arrows one dude,
Mm-hmm.
and then everyone's like, "Oh fuck!" And they're like, "Give me your ceremonial guns!" And they
Oh
just
yeah.
all start
Like the other cop's pissed.
Yeah.
The other motorcycle cop.
FYI, those are blanks in those guns. It's not going to do you very much good.
Well,
you
no,
dummy.
this guy is just like, I'm gonna fucking shoot, and he gets an arrow to the neck.
Well, yeah. Well, she shoots another guy that he ends up getting behind, and it doesn't care. Like it eventually gets him in the neck.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Oh, she must be up in that tree."
Yeah, and Billy's here. Billy showed up late, all sweaty.
And I like that everyone's always in uniform, and Billy's in like jeans and a flannel shirt,
Yeah,
and always walks in like, "Huh, what's going on here?"
yeah. Like he was supposed to be at this funeral, but he drives up just late and sweaty and just like, what's happening? Where's my
Yeah.
girl? And that's when everyone starts getting arrowed.
He was busy brushing his body.
I guess, yeah. It takes a lot of grooming to keep all that within your shirt.
Yeah, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we haven't discussed Billy's body.
I
here.
mentioned that he was like actual bear suit human, but yes,
Yeah,
he's
you see him when he first takes his shirt off from the front. You're like, well, that's a hairy '80s man, and then you see him from the back, and you're like, oh, everywhere. Okay.
Yeah, this is a hairy
Yes,
man.
Yes.
it's not quite as bad, but it's just reminding me of from Barbarella, the one character dude where it's just like he's wearing like a fursuit and then goes
Yeah.
and he's just as furry underneath,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, this dude, he's got the permanent sweater. So, anyway, that's Billy.
Right. Well, this begins. Just 80 more cops are killed. They just got to fill those slots in this cemetery because the
man.
rest of the police department shows up and they just all fucking get killed.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're coming at her with nightsticks, and one guy just beats the shit out of a gravestone.
Oh, he takes a swing and just hit. She ducks and it just wipes out the top of this headstone. And then like she throws another guy through another headstone.
Oh, yeah,
that
that dude
just
gets smashed
crumbles
in.
real good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, there's just a whole bunch of ninjaing because she's running away from one. One guy runs by and she actually grabs the back of the motorcycle and
Yeah.
just yoinks him off, and the motorcycle like pops a wheelie and then just goes flying through the air.
Yeah, and then he tries to pop up in the same movement, and he gets kicked in the head, which
Yeah.
splits his motorcycle helmet.
Yeah. Dudes get fucking wrecked.
Yeah, but eventually Sho Kasugi shows up
Yes.
and chases her,
Yeah.
and
He shows up, and because she's possessed by the other ninja, he knows who
Yeah.
he is. And
'Cause-
is that when we get the flashback to what happened to
I-
Sho Kasugi?
It might have been right before this, when he was just having a scene somewhere.
Oh, I know why. It's because Sho Kasugi, in a scene right before this,
Oh,
had
fuck,
gone
right.
to get the ninja's body.
He goes to the morgue, which is
Right,
guarded by
yes.
like 20 more cops
Yeah.
who all get fucking wrecked just because this guy shows up and is just like, I'm here in your morgue, what's happening? And
But he
guards
doesn't kill anybody. He just
No,
knocks
he,
him out. And shit.
yeah, but still.
But-
Oh, and the best part is the last two guys. He walks into the room. They're like, "Who the fuck are you?" And he
are like-
just looks
These
at
are like
them.
the actual morticians, though. They're
Yes.
not guards. They're just like
Yeah.
there.
But he motions towards them. He he doesn't say anything, but he just kind of waves his hand like, "Come over here."
Come over here.
And they both get up. They're like, "All right then." And they walk up to him real close, and he looks them both in the eye, and he just kind of gives this look like, "Huh," and shakes his head a little bit.
Yeah.
And then just boink, pops their heads together.
But he like gently right before he does that, he gently sort of reaches up and puts his arms on
Yeah,
their
their
shoulders,
shoulders.
Like, you
and
poor
then,
souls.
Like, guys, my
the look-
buddies. Don't.
The look he gives them is amazing.
He's like, I can't believe how stupid you are.
Yeah, it is the best look as he just knocks these guys out and then pulls out the morgue thing and pulls out the slab, and
Steals the body.
we see it's the zombie or the zombie ninja guy who he's got like 45 bullet wounds all in his chest.
Yeah.
And yeah, so they
And Sho Kasugi just basically throws him over his shoulder.
Yeah.
And that's when it cuts out. But
yeah, and then they show him taking him to a dojo that's in the middle of the desert,
yes.
which he obviously knew where that was, but yeah.
But yeah, so he chases her into
He's gone from there, and yes, now he's at the graveyard because he has ninja sense or whatever that. Okay, a lot of cops are getting murdered, so the possessed ninja must be there.
And it's been explained. James Hong explained briefly that only a ninja can kill a ninja. So that's been entered into this thing. So he chases her into either a house that's under construction or a house that's being demolished. One or the other. And it is just a stunt spectacular throughout this house, which the main portion of it consists of him trying to go upstairs and her throwing things down the stairs, which goes on maybe 45 seconds and made me laugh every single time.
Well, the best part is that you don't see her, like, you don't know what's coming next. It's all a shot from his perspective, or it's a shot from her perspective at the top of the stairs, and him just trying to come up, and then just random thing goes down the staircase.
Yeah, just like debris.
Yeah, and you're like, what's coming next?
Yeah, because the first time, like, it's a piece of plywood that almost hits him in the neck, and he, like, kicks that in half, and then, like, he pops out and he's like, hi! And then something else comes flying down the stairs.
That's the other best part. It's like every time he's about to go up the stairs, he's like, "Wah!" and then
just bricks come out.
And then he kind of like looks up again. It's like, here?
Yeah. He does it 3 times, gets hit with debris each time, then says "fuck it," and then just jumps straight up through the floor, and pops up on the other side. Just like, I'm here now. And Lady Ninja's kind of like, huh. And then,
well, eventually he gets her in a headlock and then is able to yank off the mask, which seems to bring her out of the trance.
Yeah.
And then you hear all the cops outside, and he kind of motions to her. He's like, go. And so she gets away, and he gets arrested.
Yeah, because the cops are
voluntarily.
Just like, Asian man, you're the ninja. You're coming with us. And that's when Billy gets in the car, and he's just like...
Yeah, Billy shows up, and he recognizes him from seeing him outside Shitty Frank's house.
Yes. And Shokazugi's basically like, I've been waiting for you. And he's like, what? And then they all drive away, car full of cops, Billy and Shokazugi in the backseat, and 2 cops in the front.
No, Billy didn't go with him. He just like
negotiates.
There was some sort of like he's like, I've got to get out of here. Just trust me on this one.
Well, yeah, but he basically tells him, I can save her.
Yeah, get her.
You need to get her to the dojo in the middle of the desert,
and
wherever it is.
He leaves, and it's just 3 random.
And he's like, don't worry about me. I'll get there. Your friends are fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. So he.
Billy goes to the house and she's in the bathroom, like still kind of zombied out, and he's going.
Oh, she's totally zombied out, but she's playing him. I'm pretty sure because
because he's going into the closet to get
the sword.
Because that's what Shokazugi told him. You've got to bring the sword.
Yeah. So he goes to try to get it, and she's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, nothing. I was just looking in your closet."
Yeah, and that's when she just comes up to him like, "What are you doing? I love you."
Well, yeah, he pulls a gun on her. He's like, we have to go. You got to get in the car. And that's, And she almost kills him because that's when she has the flashback and she realizes, yes, it was him with the machine gun.
Yeah, and she's going to kill him with the sword, but stops at the last second.
Because he yelled her name. Right. And then he's like, she snaps out of it long enough that he's like, we got to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, she leaves him.
Yes, she runs out.
Yeah.
Because Billy has to catch up to her. But Shokazugi is being transported away in the cop car, and he looks over at the guy sitting next to him and just kind of like he's got a little poison dart somewhere that he just that guy
from behind his eye patch.
Yes, that's right. He goes and then just digs out a thing from behind his eye patch.
He's a man who wears an eye patch that has implements of death hidden. He's literally got lethal weapons on him all the time that aren't body parts.
But
also, he had to register his hands as deadly weapons.
But he darts that guy in the neck, and that guy's immediately out. The guy in the passenger seat, he just taps that guy on the neck.
No, he had a little
thing.
Did he have a thing? Okay,
a little.
All right, it looked like he just tapped him, and he just went duh, like he turned an off
and
switch.
The guy driving's like,
the fuck is wrong with these guys?
Jim, what are you fucking sleeping? And then he looks back and he's like, they are sleeping.
They are sleeping. Yeah,
they are fine.
Right.
And he's like, what the shit? And then he gets knocked out.
Well, yeah, he goes for it, tries to shoot him, and he, and knocks him out.
The conversation with Billy in the car is where he said, I've come from Japan for revenge.
Yes.
Or to revenge.
I've come from
Japan to
revenge.
Yes. And Billy's like, all right. that sounds legit. Yeah, let's do this. Because James, one of the things James Song told him was, we've got to take her to Japan.
Yeah.
because only a ninja can kill a ninja. And he's like, Japan, that's far away and expensive. I
Also,
don't-
what's a ninja?
Yeah.
They pull
Yes.
that one too. I need to find out what a ninja is.
It's
Right.
like people in zombie movies. You're
Yes.
like, what,
What is
zombie?
this undead
I've
thing
never
walking
heard of
towards
that.
me?
You
Yeah.
know,
Seriously, like a year later, even kids knew ninjas because of G.I. Joe and stuff. It was like,
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
in the world of canon,
Oh.
even though this is their third ninja movie, no one's ever seen the first two canon
Yeah.
movies.
Ninja
And
are
come
still
on.
new.
And
yeah, but they were also like 6 months earlier.
I know, I know,
No one had time.
I know.
and he's
They
also
were
a
making
man.
them all concurrently.
Yeah.
Listen, every man on Earth accepts the fact that ninjas are fucking awesome.
Yes.
Now, yes, I'm saying in '84 it was an innocent time.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
It's canon. They were both in touch.
Even my
and
dad
totally
in
out of touch.
1984 was like, "Man, ninjas are pretty fucking cool, aren't
Perhaps.
they?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, they are, Dad. Ninjas fucking rock."
You goddamn right, Dad. Yeah. Okay. So, Endgame. Everyone converges on the temple, basically. Lady has.
Well, yeah, she gets there before Shokasugi, I think, or at least before he realizes she's there, because she's kneeling in front of the body with the sword.
Well, Shokazugi's there first. He shows up
Okay.
while the dudes are all practicing with their sticks.
That's right.
And he says something to them, and then they all clear out. And she comes in, and the room is empty except for this obvious body under a sheet.
Yeah.
That she goes over to, and it's like it's her.
Yeah.
It's the previous ninja. And
The original ninja.
It,
Yeah.
yes. I don't know what she's going to do or what's happening, but Shokazugi shows up, and it's sword fight time, basically.
Yeah, well, he tells her, you know, I need to force the ninja out of your body, and then if he returns to his body, I can kill him then.
Right.
She's like, but if he doesn't return to his body, you'll have to kill me. And he's like,
just like, shrug.
Yeah, that's probably what's going to happen.
She seems kind of understanding
I
about
mean,
it,
you
though.
said it, not me. So.
But they just launch into sword fight, which lasts 2
yeah,
seconds.
So she must get possessed or something immediately, but
Yeah.
because she tries to fight him, but then
It doesn't last long because
Yeah.
then crazy cartoon animated ninja cloud comes out of her
Yeah.
and flies around the room and eventually settles into the ninja body.
which is zombified now.
Yes. And so that guy fights Shokazugi for a while.
Until Sho kind of gets the drop on him and is able to stab him. And that's when he suddenly smiles and gives this weird scream and throws fireballs that land on some of the monks or whatever there are that are there, because they're all like, the scream is hurting their ears and they're covering their ears. And he possesses all of the monks in the place. Who
Or at
proceed-
least bends them to his will.
Yes, because they all attack Shokasugi now.
Yes.
Which we get an extended sequence of various weapons of him just beating down a lot of dudes.
Yes.
And then eventually throwing a smoke bomb that they all choke on, and he just kind of walks out the door and is like,
Yeah. Well, they're
"All
on
right."
this like this rope bridge, and they throw the smoke bomb that really doesn't do anything except fill the entire room up with smoke, and then they exit.
Yeah, and he's just outside. And
Yeah.
It's like, I guess the possession was broken by the smoke. I don't know. But
Yeah.
those guys are gone. And now he just has to fight this ninja outside.
Yep. On the rocks.
Yeah. And so
Ninja
they,
on the
they,
rocks.
they begin battling, sword fight. And this is like the best fighting of the movie because it's Shokasugi and
Another
another
dude
guy
who does
who,
martial
is,
arts.
who actually knows what he's doing.
Yes.
That's not the girl from Breakin'. And
Because she's still laying on the floor.
yeah, she's
in
still laying on the floor.
temple.
And Billy goes in there, and Billy walks in the room and is like, "Oh, hey, oh no,
Oh no, you're dead."
yeah."
And gently goes to pick her up, to which she violently sits up. And he's like, "Oh shit, you're alive. Well, let's go watch the fight outside."
Yeah. So they're watching from a distance, and he tries to shoot, and she's like, "No, don't."
Yeah.
She she doesn't get it. Only a ninja can kill a ninja.
Yeah.
You know.
Just watch.
But oh my god, he's watching it like he's watching this like an absentee dad watching his daughter's ballet thing that he's like, "Fuck, I got to go to this."
Yeah,
That's
but
how
then-
Billy watches
Pretty much.
that.
Yes.
The expression on his face is just like, "Oh, fucking ballet, whatever."
But then the daughter falls off the stage and is hanging on by one hand, to which the absentee dad is just sitting there like, "Boy, this is a shame. I can't believe this is happening."
Yeah.
I could get up there and help.
I almost feel like I'm not even here. It's fucking weird.
Yeah. Yes.
But yeah, so he's watching them just do all this cool ninja shit, and like Shokasugi gets his katana gets thrown away from him, lands at their feet, and they just continue to fight for a while until She grabs the katana and runs up and just runs it through
Yeah.
the origin ninja, and
Like through his like back and shoulder blade and stuff.
Yeah.
Like
she gets him through the gut, but yeah, it comes out his shoulder blade.
But like
kinda.
it's a solid stab, and he's just like, "Ow!" But also, I'm still kind of okay. Cause
Well, no, he spins around.
Yeah.
oh right,
He just
He
he
gets-
puts his hands together like you think he's going to be doing some like pain removal
Nope.
process, but no, he just starts spinning around like a top.
Yeah, like he's getting flushed into the earth.
Yeah.
And he just swirls around and is gone. And then this starts an earthquake. To which Shokasugi's like, oh shit. And
And
throws
they just
out
keep
one of
cutting
his
back to them
lines.
like watching like, oh,
Yeah.
this is weird.
Yeah. And he's still absentee dadding this whole thing. And
Yeah.
but Shokasugi's like hanging on to his rope that he's wrapped around a tree while the earth is just splitting open underneath him. And they're like, huh.
Yeah.
And then eventually they go over to, maybe try and help him up,
like,
and they're
"Hey, what's
looking
going
down.
on?"
Yeah. And he's still, even through all this, he's like, huh. Well, that's weird.
Yeah. And
But-
original ninjas pop back up and grab Shokasugi's leg because
Yeah.
he was in the
Because
earth
he
that
was
is-
not killed by a ninja.
Yes.
So, of course, he's still alive.
Yeah. So basically, he's hanging on to
look,
Shokasugi.
in the earth. Like this dude is 5 feet below him on the ground at this point.
yeah.
Like,
They are acting like if we fall, that's it. We're
Yeah.
both dead.
Yeah.
But Shokasugi's
If you
just
fall,
like
you might fracture your ankle.
maybe. But these ninjas have been jumping from trees and shit. They're
Yeah.
fine.
Yes.
But Shokasugi's just like, all right, enough of this, and just pulls the knife out of his belt and stabs Ninja in the head.
Yeah.
Just
through the
right
top of the head.
Through the top of the goddamn head.
And that's what does it.
Yeah. Yeah, because you hear this kind of like, and
They glowy bits envelop him, and then
yeah.
and eventually
And then he
he
vanishes.
Jedi's out. Yeah, like
Yeah.
they cut away, but then he like disappears.
And just his swords are left.
yeah.
His sword and his dagger.
And I guess Billy and What's-Her-Face go home because the end shot is just Shokasugi walking along the rocks as the credits play.
Yeah, he kind of gives him like a, good job, you
Yeah,
guys.
thanks for not helping me in any way, shape, or
Yeah.
form. Bye. Sorry
Well,
for all
she
the
kind
trouble.
of helped him. I mean,
I guess.
she did run a ninja through,
She did, yes.
but
She didn't dance at him or anything.
no.
I kept thinking that was going to come back. Just finally she would get to dance, and that
The
would
power
be
of
the
dance would
Yes.
kill the ninja?
Yes.
No.
No.
You were wrong.
I know, I was.
This is not that type of movie.
It isn't. But the movie's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing left.
I mean, that's the end.
Man.
Yeah.
Did we give it a Stargrove for the song when they were about to make the sex?
No.
There's also a nearly Stargrovey song in one of the workout scenes.
Yeah, but no.
It was,
I
it was
don't-
close.
It was
The actions are too generic.
Too generic, yeah.
Yeah, you know how many songs there are about fucking?
Yeah, but I mean, it was
There's
also,
a lot of songs about fucking.
but it was almost more like his persistent nagging that, like the song was like, "You told me to go, but I stayed, and then you told me to go again, but
No.
still I kind of stayed around."
still too vague.
There are a lot of songs
right,
about
yeah.
you wouldn't leave me the fuck alone. And then
So
we fell
eventually
in
I
love.
dated
Yeah.
you.
Your grandfather asked me out 43 times. 44 was the trick.
Yes, that story.
Don't listen to your grandmother.
Yeah.
Don't
Yes,
fucking
for
do that.
real.
Just-
It's fucking gross.
It's a
Anyway,
different
all
time.
right, fine, no Stargrove.
Okay.
Nope.
No, just ratings.
I can go.
Okay.
All right.
On its face, this is a Four Jocks movie because there's just tons of good shit everywhere. Like just littered throughout this movie are just like weird reactions to things, fun, dumb fights that happen, but just the ridiculous premise of this pushes it to 5 Jocks for me.
Okay.
This movie's insane. It's utterly insane. Like to think you had Shokasugi, you had like Enter the Ninja and Revenge of the Ninja, which are, and they're just like, all right, what do we do next? How about this? Hear me out. An evil ninja assassinating a guy on a golf course finally gets taken down by 55 cops and possesses
35 of which he murders.
a telephone line servicer / aerobics instructor who then goes on her own murder spree to kill the rest of the cops who he did not get to kill. How does that sound? Oh, yeah, and fights Shokasugi at the end.
Yeah.
Sold.
I would throw
5 Jocks.
buckets of money at that
5 Jocks.
premise.
I mean, despite all this, like the gross Billy stuff that makes no fucking sense, but somehow gets redeemed by her pouring V8 on herself because
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Ah.
There's so many times that we just what the fucked this movie that I have
But
to
in
go
all
5.
the right ways.
Yeah, I have to go 5. It's my kind of insanity.
I will go next if you're done.
I am done.
Excellent. Most of this movie is a Four Jocks movie. Everything after the golf course is a Four Jocks movie. Like, it has all the shit that we want in our dumb martial arts movies, including but not limited to, like, improbable living areas and ridiculous ninja shit and laser light shows and the like. Maybe not enough explosions. You know, I'll give it that, but it more than makes up for the lack of explosions in that the intro sequence, like the whole first 10 minutes of the movie, the intro sequence is like two jocks by itself. I know we can't give it more than 5 jocks, but that intro, man, is fucking fan-fucking-tastic, and it just keeps going. And the best thing about that is, even though it's impossible to top that first 10 minutes, it doesn't just phone it in for the rest of the movie. A lot of movies in this like era and style and budget would phone it the fuck in because they've spent all their money on the helicopter, and they'd be done. But this movie continues to do ridiculous shit, like the, you know, under the sink light barrage and the crudely composited hand painted ghost thing flying around the room in the sort of final act.
And I will say, we skipped over how much craziness there is in that graveyard fight.
Yeah,
There's a
dude,
lot of crazy shit that
dude
happens
gets,
in that fight.
like run through a headstone. Like he goes head first through a headstone.
Yeah.
Head meet headstone. One of the cops falls on the casket and is just flailing around on top of the casket. Just a lot of weird, goofy, great touches in this movie. Man, it's a 5 jockser through and through. One real quick weird personal note. My mom was a telephone service woman back in the day, and so it was a really like. She also had, you know, kind of large feathery hair. It was
Did she
significantly
teach aerobics on the side?
not that I know of, but she may have. I mean,
Did she wear the spiky shoes?
she did. I have a picture, and I have it on Facebook. I can't pull it up right now, but I have a picture of her standing in her full like pole climbing gear, and I was like, that's really neat. That's a little like weird touch that you don't see because it was extraordinarily rare when my mom did it in the 70s, I think. So like somebody doing it, I guess what year was this?
84.
84. So it's, you know, still rare then, and the fact that they showed that was just kind of a neat little personal touch and made me smile. So it gets an extra little bonus smiley face on the side for me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What?
You want me to go?
Sure.
Okay. I hate to do this. I can't follow on the 5 jocks thing. I can give it 4, and I have specific reasons for it. One is that as great as the first 15 minutes of this movie is, it breaks the movie in that nothing in the rest of the movie even comes close to it. And if like your finale can't top your intro, that's bad for an action movie.
Mm-hmm.
Also, in that regard, the ending of this movie can't top Revenge of the Ninja, which came out 6 months before this, directed by the same guy, starring the same guy, choreographed by the same guy. The fight at the end of Revenge of the Ninja is fucking awesome. The fight at the end of this is kind of awkward and not great. It's good in terms of like two dudes who know what they're doing are actually fighting.
Yeah.
But it's just not as good as that. I give this movie all the credit in the world for being just fucking batshit. Like this, there's no reason this movie should be as watchable as it is. Like if you said someone was making a ninja movie that has The Exorcist and Poltergeist and, you know, aerobics and just everything in the 80s all mushed into one thing, I'd be like, I don't know about that. But it's a very watchable movie. It's just, it starts too strong for its own good, I think. That's my main qualm with it. And I kind of think that Sho Kosugi does not get a fair shake in this movie. It seems like they were building him up in the first 2 ninja movies, and then he's just... I mean, I know he's second build, but it's just like he doesn't have much to do.
Yeah.
and he's the most talented person on that set, and it just seems like he doesn't have enough to do. So I don't know. It just has some flaws for me that kind of hold it back, but it is a solid Four Jocks movie. So sorry, I can't.
You're
okay.
fired.
You don't have to feel so bad because
Get out.
I'm also going to give it 4 jocks.
Okay, sure, that's good. All right.
Well, this side of the table knows what the fuck's up.
You still liked it.
Yeah, I almost ditto. Like, I mean, literally, you just said almost everything I was going to say about it. Like the intro being so strong is a detriment to the rest of the movie. It is insane. It continues the insanity. But yeah, there's something missing from the second half of this movie that to push it fully into the 5 jocks range for me. Like, there is so much good or dumb, depending on how you look at it, throughout the whole thing, but like it just never congeals to be a 5 jocks movie for me. It's really strong, but yeah, it's just it is missing that little something. Like, I feel like if somehow that scene, like, I might feel totally different if that scene in the beginning was at the end. Like,
Yes.
honestly, if you closed your movie with something like that stunt spectacular, I'd be like, shit, yeah, 5 jocks, let's go this. I don't care about the first. It'd be like if you ended John Wick opposite. It's like, well, he just murdered a whole bunch of dudes in the beginning, and now you're showing me the shit that happens in the beginning of the movie. Like, that's not right.
Yeah.
This movie sucks. But yeah, it's a similar feeling. But I mean, this one, it's just missing a little something. I can't say what it is.
It's fine, man.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's still worth watching.
Oh,
absolutely.
Fucking 4 jocks. That's not bad.
That's
in
high.
any,
That's
we
in
both
any way.
internet hated it apparently.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
there we are.
All right.
That's the movie. Let's take a break, shall we?
That's
Y'all are dumb.
All right.
No, your opinions are perfectly valid. They're bad, but they're perfectly valid.
They're okay.
No, this whole time I thought I was going to be the one that did that. Then I was like, well, maybe someone else will be there with me.
The one that panned the greatest movie of our generation.
What did you pan?
You panned the greatest movie of our generation. Ninja 3, The Domination.
Oh.
You gave it a 4. 4.
Hey, 4 jocks is still high.
yeah. Quit bringing the average down to 4.5.
Breaking 2 got 4 jocks. The Car got 4 jocks.
Those are 2 movies I have not seen.
You should see them.
Sure.
College Kickboxers got 4 jocks.
Wait. Oh, sorry. I was thinking of Super Fights.
Oh, no.
was
Super
like-
Fights got 5 jocks.
Yeah, because Super Fights.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
Yeah, Super Fights fucks.
Yeah. God damn, Super Fights.
That movie fucks.
Man, I want to watch Super Fights.
Super Fights was pretty good. That was just that magical moment of, what is this movie? And oh my god, this movie's amazing. Super Fights.
Super Fight.
How's it going in the chat?
People be chatting. You got any movies for second half?
I have one thing to talk about that will take literally 12 seconds.
Okay, good. Because we got a lot of emails.
No problem.
As was expected.
Good.
As was foretold by the prophecies of... detention, that's a good question. I know I gave it 5 jocks. Like, that was fucking instant 5 jocks. Because detention fucking rules.
I just closed the document, too.
Open up. Yeah, I haven't. I updated it with a whole bunch of stuff that other people had done.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you'd been keeping our ratings in there and updating
I've
it.
been
So
trying
I
to,
appreciate
yeah.
that because you need it for extra.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure is fucking up your averages
Probably.
because extra is calculated in those. I mean, I can change it so it calculates only BMFcast Prime
No,
if
they're,
you
they're
like.
proper ratings.
But do you rate it before you listen to the podcast?
What's that?
A rewind?
Oh, rewind. Yeah, sorry, I was thinking rewind.
I do. Yeah, I rate it before even.
Oh,
listening
you're
to
even
guys.
putting them in. I see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only weird one we had was Watch it, man.
Rest in peace.
It's all right.
It was nice to know you.
I'm good.
Man.
It didn't hit that
What
sweet
movie were
spot
we
on the
looking
knee.
up?
Detention.
Oh.
I
Man, when the hell did we watch?
will briefly mention a movie that I watched this past weekend.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to sort it by name. Hang on.
I was gonna say I don't fucking see detention. There it is. 241.
No fucking detention.
4524.
Wait, who gave it a 2?
That guy.
Yeah, all right. Whatever.
I believe I gave it a 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was the only one that gave it a 5 because I'm
You
the only
fucking
one who knew
loved
what the fuck
it.
I was talking about.
All right, so you have 2 movies?
I do.
Okay. Mackie, you've got emails and voicemails?
Yeah. I
You've
didn't
got
watch
one-
shit.
One quick
Quickie?
movie?
I didn't watch shit.
I got a quick thing.
All right, let's do this. It's late.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's late and hell is hot.
It's a little preview.
Waiting for headphones over here.
You can clap now.
All right. All right, and welcome back.
Hey! BMFcast,
Hey.
second half. 400.5.
Yeah, we got some movies to talk
Electric
about. And then
400
I believe we have some correspondence, like
We have
a pile of correspondence.
We might
of
have a
emails.
pile.
All right,
Yes.
well,
Got a grip.
I saw some new movies, so I'm going to try to be quick so that we can get to this correspondence because nobody cares what I think about these things.
I care.
Okay.
People
Well,
care.
Like, some people might care. We'll do them in reverse order that I'll do them in the order that I saw them, which is not like release order. Normally, I would do the most recent movie first, but I caught up and I went and saw It. Finally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
How did you like
the new
it?
It?
Stephen King's It.
It's really good, and I'm trying to articulate it better than just saying that. It feels like it's not just because it's a period piece. It feels like a throwback horror movie in the way of something. I mean, I don't want this to be spoilery, but there was a point in time where horror movies weren't just like, oh, we showed up a place and maybe we did a thing wrong or we opened the box or whatever thing and we've unleashed this evil and man, I sure hope we make it out okay, and then some people do.
Yes.
And there was a point in time, a la Nightmare on Elm Street 3, I believe it was, where people were like, enough of this bullshit, let's fucking fight back. You know? And like that's a big part of this movie, and like when it changes that gear, I mean, I hesitate because it's such a foreign concept now in horror movies to even fully lump this in with being a horror movie, because it almost kind of becomes like an adventure thing. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's scary, spooky shit all throughout it, but like just turning that switch and being like, fuck this, we're taking control here, kind of feeling is like really awesome and something that needs to be more in more horror movies. Instead of just like, oh, woe is me, I hope I make it out okay kind of feeling, which is why I think one of the things I don't like about modern horror movies, and I'm not blaming any one thing, but I mean, I feel like it was part of the Japanese horror influence where I think, and I've pointed this out before, but like Japanese horror is interesting, and the reason why it was like such a, wow, what is this? This is crazy, is because American horror movies are based on fables, you know? You do something wrong that the elders deemed wrong.
They're based on retribution.
Yeah, they're based on retribution. Oh, you had sex, you know, when you're not married, you drank, you whatever, you know, oh, well, this evil thing is going to punish you for it. Don't go out in the woods because the wolf is going to eat you. You know, that kind of bullshit. And Japanese horror movies were just like, nah, anything can happen to anybody at any time. Just circumstance. Like, you walked in the wrong house, you're fucked. You know, like, you're a care worker a la, you know, The Grudge, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Just because you walked in this house. Like, good, you know, terrible things can happen to good people. And so, like, it's kind of like that whenever thing becomes popular, everything copycats it and dilutes it. And I feel like that's happened to American horror movies since, like, things like The Ring got popular. You know, where it's just like, I don't know, good, bad, I don't know, just shit is happening, and we hope we make it out all right. yeah, I don't know. It's just it's interesting because it's like that throwback of like, no, we can be in control of this shit, and if we try to be. So
Yeah.
and it's funny. Like it's actually really funny. Like a lot of the interactions with the kids is well written and humorous and good. They're not. There's this trend. I mean, the obvious comparison to make is Stranger Things and the way that they interact because one of the kids is from Stranger Things. But I mean, it is. It's like it's snappy kid dialogue that doesn't feel like too grown up or anything like that. It
Yeah.
feels like dumb things that a kids would say if they were clever and saying the things you want to say, like in a movie. So yeah, it's good. I didn't like love it, but I really liked it.
And this movie is just the kids' portion of the book, right? It doesn't flash forward at all.
Correct.
Okay.
There's gonna be a part 2.
Yeah. I didn't know if they'd set any of that up or.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, and what's fun is like now I'm immediately like trying to cast the people like
That's
okay.
Friday night.
Yeah.
That's what Twitter was
Yeah,
doing.
27 years later, let's see.
Yeah.
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 Anyway, yeah. So like as I said, reverse order that I saw them, but the newer movie I saw was I went and saw Thor Ragnarok.
Of course you did.
Well,
Yeah.
why would I not go see that?
I know.
The Ragnarok.
How is it?
It's good. It's really good. As somebody very aptly, astutely pointed out, it feels more like a Guardians of the Galaxy movie than it does a Thor movie, but that's okay.
Thor needed to do something to be memorable.
Sure. I mean, people just aren't, for whatever reason, people don't want to see Thor do Thor shit. And I don't understand that because, like, Thor shit is cool. And, like,
It is.
and it's like,
Lightning hammer.
yeah, I
That's
mean,
good stuff.
And the best Thor shit we've seen is probably in Ragnarok.
Okay.
Like the way the shots are framed and things happening, there is some badass Thor shit happening in this. I just don't understand why we can't just have a straight up Thor. Like that's why I like the first Thor movie. It's like, yeah, it's mythology and shit, or maybe it's not because it's just aliens and it's cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess because I'll say something that I really like something and then have a reason to shit on it because that's what I did with the last one. I have come to the realization because like a lot of people bitch about there's so many Marvel movies or superhero movies in general. I think my new beef with it is like somebody ran it through the computer and was like, every one of these movies needs to be 2 hours and 15 minutes long. Every single one of them.
It's like the YouTube algorithm of
It is.
it's got to be just over 10 minutes.
It really is. They are all just over
Every
2
fucking
hours.
YouTube video is 10 minutes and 3 seconds.
Yeah.
It's because it's the advertising algorithm.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know what it is, but like every single one of these feels like they have to hit that mark, and I feel like you could easily cut 20 minutes from this movie. I'm not
That's
sure.
never a good sign.
I'm not sure what. There's I don't want to spoil it. There's one character that's funny-ish in a movie full of funny shit. So like there's no need to have a comic sidekick in a movie that's full with jokes already.
So like kind of funny guy needs to go because everyone else is super funny guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little bit. Like I mean, again, I'm being vague because it's new and all that, but like he's not a super terribly important character, and I. It's a little personal touch for the director, because he voices him. But it's like, it's funny-ish, and it's like, it's funny because it's a CG character, and it's like, the meek little Australian voice doesn't match the guy at all, and it's like I said, the movie is full of jokes and full of good stuff, and like, there's no reason to have a comic sidekick guy. Is all. It just felt weird, and like, okay, like here's some shit right off the bat. I can tell you can trim, like,
Listen up, guys.
and like, I'm not saying it's bad. It's just like it just seems like this is the template. 2 hours and 15 minutes, give or take 5 to 10 minutes, and it has to be over 2 hours, or people, we've got to justify this $300 million budget.
People flipped the fuck out when they heard that Justice League was less than 2 hours. Everyone was like, that movie's doomed.
I was like, great.
Yeah, I know. Get in
Awesome.
and get out. That's fantastic.
Man.
The only that's a weird one. Like, if you're going to do an ensemble thing, yeah, I get it, maybe, but like this is one guy.
I know.
Mostly,
Yeah.
I mean, there's some other characters in it, but it's like it's one guy's story.
Yeah.
Like if anything could be closer to 90 minutes, it's a single superhero movie. So yeah, I really liked it. This was the first one I was like, yeah, all right, trim some of this, like just a little bit, like because you're so close to having a fucking great movie, and yeah, the 80s ass nature of it is good. I'm not saying like it takes place in the 80s, just like that Walter Simonson inspired Thor shit. Like he's listed in the credits of like big thanks for massive inspirations here, like kind of thing. So
Nice.
yeah, it's fun, and I am not disappointed about one thing I was hoping was in the movie, and it totally was. So I won't spoil it any more than that. It was like when it showed up in in the movie, I was like, fuck yes, yes, yes.
All right.
Yeah.
I like that. So, BJ.
Yes.
All right, that was it, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. All right. So, BJ,
Yes.
you had something you wanted to talk about.
I did. I just wanted to real quickly drop a couple words about. Sorry, I was just one of those brain pauses. They call them senior moments.
Welcome.
Thank you, brother. I watched Little Shop of Horrors, the Rick Moranis Little Shop of Horrors. Just another.
Was this your movie club kidnapped you and made you watch a movie online?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We got to watch Witches, so I was like, I've never seen Little Shop of Horrors, so I'll watch that, and we can watch Witches, which I love because it's Angelica Houston,
Sure.
and she's marvelous.
So you'd never seen Little Shop of Horrors?
Never,
Okay.
not seen a single frame
All
of
right.
any Little Shop of Horrors version.
Okay.
I may have. I don't even think I did. I'm pretty sure I just saw it at the book fair a ton of times. The little Scholastic book version of it, which is next to my 8th grade teacher is an alien or whatever.
Right.
But Little Shop of Horrors is fantastic.
Yes.
I friggin' loved it. There are a couple parts that are for modern audiences will be a little bit cringy and gross. However, the redemption on those things is pretty good, and the music is infectious. I love the 3 backup singers that show up in like every fucking song, just about every fucking scene. It is up there with Singing in the Rain. It is that kind of wonderful and charming, and I would watch it again and again. And if you haven't seen Little Shop of Horrors, you need to watch it. The singing is great. Rick Moranis is fantastic. Steve Martin is just being marvelous, goofy Steve Martin. I love it. Watch it. Go watch that fucking movie. It's super.
Is it streaming somewhere?
Amazon Prime.
Cool. I should
So
make a point
So
to
was
do
it
that.
the regular version or the crazy extended ending version?
I don't know what the crazy extended.
It's like a rampage through the city.
I think that's coming out
No.
in theaters. I don't think they've
Okay.
Yeah,
finished
there was
restoring it
there was
yet.
no
Okay.
there was no rampage through the
Because like
city.
it was on the Blu-ray, but it was like not color timed or missing audio or
Yeah.
something, and they're restoring it.
Quick question: what is color timing? I meant to look it up earlier because I saw it in the credits of
It's
this
like
movie.
when the lighting seems like it doesn't match up. Like
Yeah.
it almost feels like it came from a different place. I don't know why it's called timing exactly, but
sometimes
it's-
like the
color
color
correction,
scheme of
yeah.
something you're shooting doesn't match the overall look of your entire film, and you need to tweak it to get
So it's
it
like
to-
color correction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you ever see the when they do deleted scenes and they don't bother with that, and it just straight looks like
It looks
film?
weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
it hasn't
Yeah.
been color corrected.
Okay. So
Those-
it's just color correction.
And most
Yeah.
of the time,
and it's on the newest Blu-ray completed.
Okay.
most of the most movies, like the color palette they use is chosen, not like the way it was filmed. They're just like David
Right.
Fincher shoots with the same
Right.
stock, but he's like, I want it heavy in blues and grays and blacks. It's like it's his signature thing, green.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
But they just have a thing and they run it through, and it's like, okay, make it look like this. Like I'm sure somewhere there's an uncolor corrected Saving Private Ryan that looks like normal ass film instead of that what we know is World War II.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
World War II look.
Sepia.
Sepia.
Yes.
Sepia with some blood.
Right.
Suddenly Seymour, by the way, to dip back one second, Suddenly Seymour is one of the most fantastic songs.
Yeah. Good luck getting it out of your head for
Yeah.
months and months.
Well, it goes back and forth between Suddenly Seymour and the title Little Track of Horror or Little Shop of Horrors.
Little
title.
Track of Horrors.
Yeah. But yeah.
I think
It's also a magnificent moment, and the way that that happens through song is great. I love it.
Well, it's also like the first time when you you hear Audrey sing, and it's like, oh shit, she can sing. She doesn't just have that weird, annoying voice.
Yes, and
It's
that's
like, holy
that's why
shit,
it's
yeah.
that's why it's so good is because of how it progresses even through that
Yeah.
through the first half of that song. It's great. Love it.
Yep. I have a quick thing.
All right.
I watched the second season of Stranger Things, and other than saying it's fine, it's good. It's a good season of television. Going back to what we said.
You adored the first season.
Well, going back to what we said when they announced the second season, I wish they had done anything but a direct continuation.
Like, not have the kids or different characters, you mean, or something?
An entirely different story told under the Stranger Things banner with like the same tone, or a time jump to much later. It's
a
just
journey to the upside down somewhere else.
It's all too obvious that they wrote the first season as a one-off. Netflix said, no, we want more. And they were like, oh, fuck, what do we do? And some of the ideas they came up with are cheap. Just cheap. Like things that should have happened naturally don't, because they had to come back and write another season. And it's like, that's dumb. That's dumb. You spent too much time on social media with that plot line. It's just... There's one whole episode where you're like, I know they just came up with this idea and they said, this will fill time. This will fill up an episode and get us done. And it's just like, come on, guys. It's not the same as the first season. It's weaker than the first season. And I wish they had just done anything but a whole new story of some kind. So, kind of a bummer. But
what if it sets up a killer third season?
Maybe it does. I don't know. The entire second season feels like an epilogue to the first season. I'll say that. It doesn't feel like a continuation of the story. It feels like we've got to resolve a bunch of shit, and now the season's over. So, that's my opinion of Stranger Things Season 2.
No.
Well, so you internet hated it.
I really did.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. I will watch it at some point.
Soon.
God knows when.
It's weird that, like, I don't have anybody that's like, no, you can't watch it without me. I just have not been, like, ready to sit down and inject it into my veins. I'm doing that with Parks and Rec and Shadow of Mordor.
that's fine.
I'm waiting for my wife to want to watch it, but she doesn't seem to. But she was one of the people who was like, that was all right, the first season, but I think she didn't like how it resolved everything at a certain point, and yeah.
You're just going to have to watch it at work, I guess.
Maybe. Not anymore. I'm too fucking busy. So anyway.
Let's listen to,
Speaking
like,
of too fucking
45,
busy,
Yeah.
it is time.
I want to hear congratulatory emails.
Let's listen to
So-
45 emails about how good we are.
We got a few that are about last week's discussion.
Okay.
Who cares?
And we also have some that are other stuff. And then we have a lot of episode 400 things.
Fantastic.
So we'll start off with some of the discussion from last week. We talked about, how do you appreciate stuff that's made by shitty people?
Right.
Basically, thanks to Hollywood.
I sent you an email to your regular email address because I don't know if you can pull it up. I don't.
Like, just recently?
Yeah, like half an hour ago, just so that you have it available on your PC. Because I remember you're having issues with different accounts logging into Gmail. So I just wanted you to have. There's an image in one of the emails. I just wanted you to have that ready to go. So I meant to tell you about it at some point, and that was. I knew if I stopped or if I didn't stop you now, I would forget it. So I'm sorry.
So, last week's discussion.
Mm-hmm.
We got first one up is from Kent. I titled his email "Separating the Work from the Artist." Said, "Hey gang, the problem with people is that they're mixed bags. Gandhi slept naked with his 18-year-old grandniece, and Hitler protected the Jewish doctor who had taken care of his mother. We might generally call one good or the other evil, but no one is entirely one way. My method of compartmentalizing is to ask, did this art, movie, philosophy, scientific achievement, etc., directly require some evil action to be created? If so, I don't indulge in it. Hence why I won't watch Cannibal Holocaust. I refuse to watch animals being killed for no good reason. But I'll keep listening to Michael Jackson songs because the good things he made shouldn't be thrown out with the bad. But perhaps we shouldn't honor people at all, but only honor actions or ideas. Just my 2 cents. Crash and burn, Kent." Yeah,
That
I
makes
can agree
sense.
with that.
I mean, I think the point that we kind of reached last week was if you aren't completely uncomfortable watching something, it's up to you to, judge how you feel about watching things made by problematic people.
Yeah.
Well,
when I think about that, and with him mentioning, Michael Jackson, my favorite song of all time is Rock With You.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm realizing I don't give a shit what he did. That song's still fucking amazing. That song still is like the perfect pop song. And, the first half of Off the Wall is the perfect first half of a pop album.
Right.
And I realize I know he did shitty stuff later on, but it wasn't just him. It was Quincy Jones doing amazing things, and there were other people involved making amazing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And, that's why I realize even if it comes out that George Clooney's a shithead and Jennifer Lopez did something horrible and Steven Soderbergh did, I will probably still love Out of Sight because there's that alchemy there that I don't know if it can ever be affected for me. So
yeah.
It's
Oh, go ahead.
it's really easy to dissociate from stuff that you don't like. To go, oh well, I won't support that because that's, and you like, I don't even like it anyway. I wasn't going to support it. But stuff that you do like Michael Jackson is a great example. I fucking love Michael Jackson songs, and it's widely disputed what actually happened. But some stuff that is probably pretty inappropriate definitely happened. So it's weird to be like, oh, I really like that. But one of the things I just kind of do is I just quietly don't support it with my money.
Yeah, first of all, no offense, but
Also,
he's dead.
Yeah.
So you can't directly support him, too. It's not like you're giving him a Kennedy Center honor. You're just listening to a song on the radio. So, right. I'm not trying to be callous about it, but it's just like, if you don't change the channel when a Michael Jackson song comes on, that doesn't mean you're a monster.
Correct.
Yeah. It's funny because I in going into talking about it last week, I meant to bring this up, and I just blanked on it when we were actually discussing it. It's sort of like how if you truly study film, especially when you go back to some of the early stuff, you're going to run into some sticky things. Mm-hmm. I know there's a new film called the same thing, but like you look at D.W. Griffith,
yeah,
and Birth of a Nation is literally about the formation of the KKK.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. However, it is also considered like the first epic movie of ever made in scale and everything, and it's like it's a thing. At some point, if you're truly studying film, you probably will or need to watch, and it's like, I don't know how you reconcile that. Like him being a shitty. It's not just that he made that movie. He actually supported that shit. He was not a good person, but he was still making groundbreaking movies at the time.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess it's a little easier with that because you can go like, well, whatever. That was the 1910s. That was the teens and the 20s. Teens in the 20s, and people were just fucking stupid back then. They didn't know any better, and literally, people within their lifetime were still pre-Civil War era back then. It's like there's things you can almost justify it, but like it's harder now when it's like, all right, you should fucking know better. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And maybe it's just it's a certain naivety about everybody. Like it's like we feel like we've progressed and we should be better, but like maybe we've just gotten better at keeping secrets. And then when the secrets come out, it's like, oh fuck, maybe we're not better at all. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah,
We're better legislatively.
Yeah.
We have done that part at least, which means we're moving forward, and eventually we will invent a ray that will just erase all racists, and
one day
that'd be
90% of Congress will be gone. But
would that be so bad?
Yeah. So anyway, on the same note from last week, EF Contentment mentioned on our Facebook, commented regarding the second half, said the discussion pretty much articulated everything I've been feeling during these past few months in particular. It really comes down to, as you guys say, the law and your own moral compass. That's really the only way to go about it, I feel. At least the only fair way. But what do I know? I actually liked Ford Fairlane. So.
Yeah.
Well, way to undo all of your opinion before that.
Yeah.
Son, I don't believe I'd have told that.
Yeah. So, anyway, yeah, let's move on from that.
Okay.
Is it time for praise now?
Not quite. Next one up is from Jeff, who
Hi, Jeff.
who wants to write about The Snowman.
Oh, the Snowman.
You heard of that movie?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
came and went quick.
He says,
Snowman like the snowman.
Oh no, it's still in theaters. I could have
yeah.
seen that this
Oh,
weekend if I
okay.
wanted to.
Yeah.
All right.
It says, hey, jocks itchers. Long-time listener, first-time writer.
Uh-huh.
Admittedly, a couple weeks behind on episodes, so I don't know if any of you have seen or talked about The Snowman yet.
No.
We have not. I just saw it today, and holy shit, I did not know filmmaking this inept was possible in a big A-list movie in the 21st century. Pointless scenes and subplots, J.K. Simmons doing a British accent, and the most fucking bizarre use of Val Kilmer, or any actor for that matter, in a movie. This is the first time I've seen a major motion picture in a theater that is truly BMFcast material. Go check it out, or at least keep it on your radar when released online. It's bad, but so damn odd you have to see it to believe it. Except for my giant robot fist that Achilles had to hotwire to send.
Did they use Val Kilmer as the camera?
I don't know.
That is the
Maybe
most
he
bizarre.
was the snowman.
Yeah. He did say, P.S. Oh, yeah, I somehow forgot the absolute best part about the snowman. Michael Fassbender's character, the hero of the movie, is named Harry Hole. I'm not making this up. Jeff.
Yeah.
I'm going to
I
fact
have-
check you, Jeff.
No, he's right. I
He's
looked it
right.
up.
I have
Okay.
heard a lot of
All
things
right.
about this movie, and apparently that they just didn't film stuff.
Yeah.
Like they were just like, oh, don't have time to film it, so we'll fix it in editing. And it's like, nope, you probably should have filmed
Yeah.
crucial stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those movies that just doesn't make any sense.
It's weird. It seems
However-
like there were 2 movies this year.
Book
That-
of Henry.
Yes, that are just like. It has been years since there have been movies where you're just like, how in the fuck? Like, if you had a podcast called How Did This Get Made, you might ask that question about 2 movies that came out in 2017. It seems like it has been 15 years since you could ask that question legitimately about like
Yeah.
something that got cranked out of the Hollywood machine and put into 3,000 theaters across the nation. It seems like this year there are 2 of them where you're just like, what in the hell? Like, how? So,
Yeah,
both
and
of
that's
them.
the thing is they're both like crazy.
Yeah.
Like crazy in weird
Yeah.
ways and not just like
Not just a little
and
off.
not just like, man, that Independence Day sequel was really boring, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
No,
You know,
not that
that
at
seemed
all.
to be the bitches
Just
most
like
recently.
way out there. Like,
Yeah.
what on earth? Yeah.
Yep.
So we should see both of these,
Yeah.
I think.
Extra.
Why? How long is the Snowman?
That's probably about 2 hours.
How? They didn't film anything.
I don't know. Good point. Not quite to the praise yet, BJ.
Ah.
But next one up is Adam,
I need a lift, man.
who said, a Bond girl gave me a cupcake.
Oh, this is a good story.
Yeah,
I
I
like
said,
this.
Dear BMFcast, great news, everyone. Recalling Mackey's big James Bond rewatch series, which everyone joined in on. Don't just give it me, but whatever. I thought you guys might be amused by the following story. Early yesterday morning, I ducked into a small coffee shop in Greenwich Village. Most of the seats in the tiny place were occupied by former Bond girl and ex-lady Famke Janssen and her
Ex-lady.
friends, who were all very dressed up for an ordinary Sunday morning. They were enjoying a nice-looking chocolate cake and Magnolia Bakery cupcakes. I suppose they may have been celebrating all night given their party dresses, but they all looked lovely, especially in contrast with the unshaved, clumsy idiot desperately straining to look cool while trying not to bump their cake off the table with his ancient backpack. As it happened, the ladies were celebrating Famke's birthday, and, magnanimously, she offered me a cupcake. I graciously accepted, thanked her, wished her a happy birthday, and did not freak out about the event until I put a block between us. Why am I telling you this story? Read the subject line. I'm telling everybody. I'm going to carve this on my tombstone. I may get a tattoo. Crash and burn, Adam, set from my HAL 9000.
That is such a nice story.
Yeah.
It's nice, but fuck you, Adam.
Yes, also fuck you. But you need to. There's one small point of order that you must
Must.
include when you tell this story to other people. You must say, "I went to Famke Janssen's birthday party,"
Yeah.
and then you
I'm-
she
He could say-
gave me a
He
cupcake.
could say he went to her birthday party after party.
It's possible, yeah.
I wonder if there was icing on the top.
Moving on.
But yeah, make sure you include just call it a birthday party. It's the swag multiplier.
All right. So you guys want to get into the whole congratulatory happy time?
Yes.
Yes, I do. Let me take
Is
my
the
pants
email
off.
is the email from your person a congratulatory happy?
From
The
my
one you
person?
the one you forwarded.
Oh, it's part of congratulatory. It's,
Okay.
So
So
it's
we'll-
the
we'll-
one from Schmuck.
All right.
I just wanted him to have it ready so he could put it up on the live stream because it's
Okay.
a really nice
Cool.
thing.
Yes. All right. So first up, we got Nils, who says, congratulations and a recommendation. It says, greetings, casters. Nils from Southern Utah here. Holy crap, 400 episodes. Congratulations and thank you for all your hard work over the years and the hours and hours of entertainment you have given us. I look forward to the new episode each week, and I hope your sanity holds out at least another 100 episodes. Us too. Before I go, a quick recommendation. Sorry. Before I go, a quick recommendation. I recently rediscovered a movie my friends and I rented when I was in high school that definitely falls in the BMFcast wheelhouse. The 1989 movie Gunhead. If you ever wanted to see a movie about a scrappy bandit piloting a talking robot tank to take on a Skynet-like supercomputer full of lasers and explosions, you may want to check it out. Crash and burn, Nils out.
You're welcome, Nils.
Gunhead.
Gunhead.
Gunhead is a good title.
I'm in.
I hope they say Gunhead in the movie.
I hope Gunhead is better than Firehead.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Me too.
And since I'm sick of hearing my voice, we have some voicemails too we can play.
Oh, shit.
Holy
In between,
shit,
we can
shit.
sprinkle them
Oh.
like that salt chef guy.
Oh, like
Just
Salt Bay?
Yeah, just sprinkling a little other voices and voicemails in there.
Hold, please.
Are we going to pair up the one that we received via email with the email?
What?
Yes,
Okay.
that one I'm saving for last because they want our reaction. So
Okay.
Do we have one from Tuesday? Do we have 2 voicemails?
one that was yesterday, that would be Tuesday.
Yeah, it would be.
From 908.
Hello, Harlow, Mackie, BJ, Chuck, and of course our lovely, lovely Garfield. It's Steve like the Bird here, congratulating all you on fucking 400 episodes of the BMFcast. Plus, God knows how many extra things y'all have done, and even though a weird little April Fool's Day shock jock sort of thing that I still love. Anyway, 400 episodes. That's amazing, and I love you guys. And I just wanted to congratulate you on all that, because y'all are the best, and apparently are gluttons for punishment, because Jesus Christ, you've watched some awful, awful movies. But I just wanted to call and thank y'all for making the best podcast, at least on this side of the Mississippi, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you consider that the rest of the world, like the whole Europe, Asia, and Africa, is also on that side of the Mississippi for a while. I don't know what I'm saying. I promise I'm sober. I'm completely clean, I promise. I love y'all. Steve like the Bird here, Squawk and Such, Crash and Burn. Here's to 400 more, because God knows we need it these days.
Thanks,
Well.
Steve. Steve is such a sweet boy.
He is.
Heartfelt.
We love
yes.
Steve.
Oh, Steve, you sweet summer child.
You've grown up right in front of us.
It feels like just yesterday that you sent us a voicemail.
It was.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Oh my God.
Sweet of heart and large of mind, Steve like the Bird. We appreciate it.
All right, so moving right along.
Uh-huh.
We got it's long first half, leads to a quick second half here. Next item up is David, who says, congratulations. Hello, Bamfcast. Wrote to say congratulations on 400 episodes. I started listening to your podcast with the episode on Scorpion King and loved your non-ironic love of B-movies. I've listened to every episode, some multiple times, and I'm a patron. You guys keep putting out excellent material, whether on the main feed or Patreon. Your camaraderie with each other, your love of movies, and your sense of humor is so awesome. I always enjoy your conversations and the eclectic titles you choose to review. Many thanks for the countless hours of joy and laughter you've given me. Crash and Burn David, sent from my fax machine on Gallifrey. So thanks, David.
Thank you, David.
Thank you, David.
Why would Gallifrey still have a fax machine? Just curious, that's all.
Depends
you
on
never
which
know
point
when you
in
have
time.
to send a fax back in time.
Oh, okay.
Yep. But yeah,
Yeah, I guess.
400 more, why not, right?
I'm game.
Sure.
I mean,
Someone mentioned their sanity, but I mean, I'm pretty sure mine's been gone a long time.
Yeah, and how long ago was Scorpion King?
Did I lose
Were
my
we even
sanity
doing
then?
live? Were we even doing live streams back then?
That was
Did you pen down
Rocktober,
when I
wasn't
lost
it?
my sanity?
Oh God,
That was Rocktober.
man!
oh, Jesus. Was Rocktober 800 years ago?
Yeah.
I sure as shit
It was in the
feels
old
like
studio.
320 podcasts ago?
Yeah.
Or whatever?
it. All right, all right. Next up, we got Jody.
Okay,
Says,
Jody.
Happy 400.
Yay!
Congratulations on 400 episodes, guys. Once again, I have to thank you for all the time, hard work, and commitment to this podcast that has been with me for longer than I can remember now. I'm sorry I haven't been around as much these days and don't have any fart for you this time around, but please know that I always look forward to each episode every week. Thank you for all the bad movies. Omedetu gozaimasu, Jody.
Whoa.
Hi.
Jody is turning Japanese, so that's why she's not here a lot.
Oh, okay.
No, do you really think so?
I hope
I
she
really
is not
think so.
possessed
Yeah.
by a demon ninja.
Ninja.
She's already somewhat of a ninja.
Okay. That's cool.
But thank you very much.
Yeah.
You've already done a lot of fart for us, and we appreciate it very much. In fact, I appreciate it every Halloween when I change my Twitter and other avatars to Wolfman BJ.
Which now is a lie.
It'll be
That's why I
back.
changed it. I
He's
changed
got
my
a-
Twitter avatar.
He's got a year to get it back.
Okay. Fair enough.
So it'll be back in like
Yeah,
a week.
Speaking of fan art,
Yeah, I was going to say, speaking of fart, we got some new fart.
We did. There's, I believe, an email along with it.
Okay. I will bring it up on the live
Is
stream
there-
if you're listening or watching, so that you can
Is
see
there
the fart.
any?
Schmuck of all trades.
There's nothing like
AKA
super important.
Craig, sent us some really cool fan art, and yeah, it's a shame BJ shaved his beard right before this because
I know.
this art is awesome, and yeah, if you go on our Twitter feed, you'll see it. One of our more recent posts, it's there, but I really appreciate how well Craig caught us. It's tough to do in keeping it simple and yet
Yeah,
making
I'm
it
looking at how
recognizable.
few strokes there are on it, and I'm amazed that like 8 pencil strokes is my face.
Right. It's
Well,
astounding.
that's pretty appropriate for you.
but BJ has a beard giving a thumbs up,
Give you
which
a
is
right.
awesome.
Which is it's fucking incredible. And it's got the Robot Jock's crash and burn fist bump in the middle.
There's lots of strokes on that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
like ornate as hell.
Yeah. It's amazing to me. Like, I've looked at this like a million times since he sent it yesterday, I think. And it's just amazing how, like, there are just these little touches that make it look, or that make each one of these little mini portraits look exactly like us.
Yeah.
Even though it's a cartoon, it just perfectly grabs a little bit, just enough of the essence to make it.
I'm guessing it's
So-
because he started probably on mine just by Americanized left to right thing, but it also captures the fact that my head is huge compared to the other ones. No, I'm just saying. I think it was one of those like I started to do the thing and then I'm running out of room.
Did he maybe do it on split screen
Maybe,
order? Is
maybe.
it split screen order?
It could be like 'cause-
Yes.
well,
Or no, it's
but
not.
No, because we'd
'cause
be
I'm on-
we'd
Oh,
be the
that's
same.
right.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
it's
you're
not
right.
quite.
We'd be the same size because we're closer to the cameras than
Okay.
you two are.
That's right.
But I'm saying like my head is huge, which is true.
It
That's
is
factual.
true. You do have a massive heat.
That's why. I also appreciate that you came costume appropriate in your hat. Tonight.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
I wore the hat that he drew this time.
Yes.
I wore
He
as
did,
much
he
beard
did
as
ask
I
me
could.
which ones I like best, but yeah.
I think Mackie looks very King of the Hill-esque in that. He's kind of got a Boomhauer thing going on.
It fits.
I am. So the one weird thing is I'm surprised that my glasses aren't on there.
He ran out of ink with all the beard.
Must have. But my glasses not being there allows him to capture my squinty-eyedness because I do have
Yeah.
quite squinty
Apparently,
eyes.
Chuck has the squinty.
I just don't. I just sleep.
He's just he's mid laugh.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
giggling.
sure of it.
I'm just-
It is. It's when you start to laugh and you close your eyes and go.
All right,
Yeah.
Your big
well,
goofy laugh.
let's move on.
Okay.
but thank you, Craig.
Yes.
It's great.
Next one up is from Paul from Boston, who says, "Congratulations on 400."
Thanks,
Man,
Paul.
Paul from Boston. Listen to it.
Yeah.
Maybe he skipped the Cross episode. I don't know. He says, "Dear BMFcast, congratulations on getting to episode 400. Yours was the first podcast I ever listened to, starting at episode 99, The Hunted. And although I've skipped a few theme months and made what turned out to be a bad suggestion for one theme month, I wonder which one, Paul. I don't remember any bad. We've never had a bad theme month.
What did you do, Paul?
Yeah, what'd you do, Paul? He said, you guys consistently bring the funny. I'm looking forward to BJ calling this episode Nintendo 400 and Chuck laughing at nothing in particular, as well as a couple of you groaning at some great pun. Also, hearing things spoken in Ice-T voice will never get old. Thanks for all that you do. Crash and burn, Paul from Boston. Sent for my Alexa begin self-destruct sequence. Final episode, indeed.
Thanks, Paul.
I'm glad that door is closed.
That's sweet of you to say. I did not read this email prior to this episode, so I did not know that I was requested in
Right.
an email to Nintendo 400.
Same here. I've just been laughing at nothing this whole time.
You can't help it.
I enjoy nothing. It's hilarious.
Yep. All right, let's do another voicemail. shall we? Well, it came in like as we started recording.
Fantastic.
Brand new.
Hey guys, it's your old buddy Josh from Corpus Christi, Texas. It's been forever since I called, but I figured
Thanks, Josh.
Yeah.
We broke your email, but your voicemail, but
Well, I think we broke the stream.
Yeah, we killed the internet.
I think the whole internet went,
Oh,
went
no.
stupid for a half second there.
is it back?
It is back.
Okay. Well, it'll be there on the. As we've learned, it stays on the archive somehow.
Yeah, well, unless the whole damn internet went down for half a second.
I don't know. No, mine's still playing. So anyway.
Keep it coming. Let's go.
All right,
What do we
guys.
got now?
Oh, sorry.
All right. We actually have more from EF Contentment.
Okay.
He sent us a full email
Oh.
after the comments from last week's stuff.
Okay.
Said happy 400th. Said, hey guys. Found your show while I was looking for movie podcasts to listen to at work in order to drown out the sounds of my overly chatty coworker. 3 years later, my overly chatty coworker is gone, and now there's a new overly chatty coworker taking her place. Thankfully, the BMFcast is still around to keep me from giving her a big hug around the neck with my hands. I also wanted to thank you all for a movie podcast that feels like a genuine hangout between friends rather than some kind of comedic dick measuring contest for the most part. I mean, nobody's perfect, but your imperfections don't make me want to throw you guys out a window the way other podcasts do on occasion.
Oh.
I really like how your podcasts give these bad movies a chance. It's not about, oh God, this movie's terrible. How did this garbage get made? I'd rather pour lighter fluid and diarrhea on my eyes and light them up than watch this again. Can we be any more hyperbolic? And please come see us at the Laugh Factory this Saturday night. And that was all in caps, by the way. I just didn't feel like yelling.
Sure.
Oh, I'll actually be at the Chuckle Hut on.
Oh, yeah.
Love the Chuckle Hut.
I'll be.
I always
at the
go there.
Snicker Barn.
I always get a good chuckle.
Snicker Barn?
Yeah.
I would if there's not nougat there. It's PJ, a dead nougat.
I said also listening to you guys over the
Did
years.
you say Ted Nougat?
Anyway, also listening to you guys over the years, it's become clear that you're all pretty decent human beings. You don't stand for shitbird behavior in both movies and real life, and are quick to call it out when you see it. Anyway, this was a long way to wish you all a happy 400th episode, and here's to 10 or 12 more. I'd say more, but I have to get off the computer. My dad says email is for pussies. Crash and burn, gentlemen. Take care and be well. EF Contentment, except for my jitterbug cell phone for seniors.
Is that a real thing? Wait, is that a real thing?
Yes.
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 Really?
It has
Yes.
huge buttons.
Yes, it's the best.
Is that the one ringtone?
Oh, jitterbug.
And just a fucking megaphone comes out of the phone. Introducing the Jitterbug! It's a cell phone for seniors!
I didn't know this was a thing. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like
It's so good.
Wow, that's a fucking thing right there.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
If you can hit those buttons, you're really fucking
Okay.
No, no.
So-
the best part is that it doesn't have a hang up and end call. It has a yes and no.
Yes, no.
yes,
No.
I want to talk to my
No more
grandson.
call.
No, I
Janice. No.
I don't understand.
No, I don't want to talk to him anymore. You don't have to program the numbers, the phone numbers into it yourself.
Uh-huh.
I think it has like grandson mode where your grandson can program it, or you can call customer service and that you can read Dolores's phone number off of your address book to a lady who will type it into your phone for you.
Does that have punch cards? You just scan them in.
How much does it pay? Because I want that job.
Oh my God.
Janice's contact
Wow.
information into somebody's
You do
jitterbug.
not. You
That
do
is
not
the
want
worst
that.
call center job ever.
You know those suicide nets they put? They've got them triple layered there. I guarantee you.
However, the thing is, you are doing it for them. You are not trying to teach them how to do it.
No, they're just.
So they can be like,
That's
I don't
it.
have
That's
Janice's
it.
phone number in my phone, and I'm
That's
going
it.
out. Might need to call Janice.
732. No, I'm
two?
sorry.
No.
That's a 9.
Yes.
Oh, actually, she's dead.
That would be that life. That would be your
God.
life.
How many calls do they get? Like, oh, Bernie died. I need.
How do I delete
need
Bernie?
his number taken out. I don't remember which one he is. I don't know.
Could it be Bernie? Is it perhaps Bernie?
Well, not Bernie Birnbaum, who lives down the street. He's still alive, but the other Bernie. I don't remember his last name.
You told me to input him as the other Bernie last time you called, so I'll gladly delete them for you, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Thanks, and
ma'am,
have a great day.
Ma'am, have you tried playing calypso music? You can hang out one last time.
Thank you for calling, and tonight means tomorrow is one step closer to the grave. Jitterbug.
I would just love them to go, like,
into my life.
just old ladies being like, "You have such a handsome voice." Like, I do. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, appreciate that.
You'd be surprised how often I got that at AOL. It's weird.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Especially when I'd come in like early and really tired and I'd have that really sleepy voice.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Thank you for calling.
I just want to cancel my AOL, sir.
Yeah, that's all right. It's not going to happen.
All right.
Sorry,
Next heaping
Jitterbug.
helping of praise.
Foisted upon us.
Next one up is from CKA. Said, "Happy 400th episode and a recommendation. Hello, this is Loki 800. Well, formerly Loki 800. Now it's CKA. Wishing y'all a happy 400th. Sorry, I couldn't be there in return. Here's a gift to you." Sorry, there's just no punctuation here, so it's confusing. Here's a gift
Like
to
reading
you.
out a Zodiac motherfucker tweet.
It runs 90 minutes, and it's a dance movie in the 80s called Heavenly Bodies. I saw this on Turner Classic Movies on Sunday night, and it was the answer to Flashdance made in Canada. The plot of the story is 3 women decide to start a fitness club that specializes in aerobic with intentions of eventually purchasing the building they lease. When the building is bought out from under them by a competing fitness center, the main protagonist issues a challenge, a dance aerobics competition with the building as the prize. It stars Canadians Cynthia Dale as the perky nipple lady from The Boy in Blue, with Nick Cage and My Bloody Valentine fame. Also look out for a stripper named Sugar Boucher. Thanks and congrats, CKA, sent from my Brandy Love and Mia Malkova aerobics exercise video sent from mail for Windows 10.
I thought that
All right.
the best thing about that, sorry, not to denigrate anything else in that email, but the best thing was he put a sent from joke and also had the automatic sent from thing appended onto the bottom of that. That just makes my day. Also, that movie sounds fucking dope.
Yeah. Let's keep the aerobics going after tonight's.
Yes.
Okay.
We got a jitterbug.
All right. Last one up is from Scott and Jens,
Scott and Jens.
who I've been requested not to read the email, to just play whatever thing they have done.
There's an attachment.
Yes, there's an MP3 that they have attached to this. They've requested, don't even read
Okay.
the thing.
All right.
Okay, because
Just go with it.
I read the email, but I didn't listen to it.
I have not listened to it. This is a fresh take right here.
Well, as soon as I pull it up.
As soon as Harlow pulls it up.
Stand by.
know I
Pull it up.
Didn't know I had to pull up the email.
You gotta pull it up.
Pull it up.
You realize, of course, this is a rather large mistake.
Hello, everybody. It is Friday, March 26, 2032. I am S from Seattle, and I'm here with listener Jens, and this is the 400th episode of...
BMFcast Rewind, where we discuss old bad movies as well as podcasts about them. And just to be perfectly clear, we started ours first.
Hey, Jens, tell them a little about what we do here.
Certainly. First, we watch a bad movie, and then we listen to a podcast by the bad movie Fiends.
As well as an episode of one of the Fiends side podcasts about the older podcast episodes.
Ah, that would be Chuck, who's still putting out Rewind episodes to this day on Flugaxel.
It was originally a series on Patreon, which listeners under 20 probably don't remember.
You can also check out the BMFcasters' other current podcasts. Harlow and Chuck are entering their 16th year of Doctor Who U. Beej does a podcast on his local movie scene entitled National Treasure. Every episode is recorded on site at Nick Cage's tomb.
You know, don't forget their Futurama retrospective, which is nearing the end of the show's 3rd season. Mackie she's done an excellent job on it.
Absolutely, she's great.
It's a real shame her husband died in the Great Florida Cataclysm and was unable to continue his work.
Speaking of which, today's episode is Ninja 3 The Domination, an episode that was recorded not too long before the Great Florida Cataclysm.
A tragedy which somehow managed to exceed the death count of this film.
Oh, it just kind of fades out. You're not going crazy.
What?
It fades out in the middle, like Houses of the Holy on 8-track.
All right. I'm going to read the email anyway.
Okay.
After that, but he said, Jens and I decided to give you all a little sneak peek of a project we're working on. We hope you and the BMFcast audience will be interested and look forward to it. If you like what we're going to be doing, make sure to donate to our Flugaxle. We're not too sure about the legalities of some of the things we're doing, such as including Garfield copyright. So any euros you can pass along would go a long way if we get sued. The web address is sctp://ssw.flugaxle.org.deu.e.u.ow. Right arrow BMFRRW cast. Close arrow. Considering the circumstances, I cannot in good taste end this with crash and burn. So, living life a quarter mile at a time, S from Seattle and listener Jens. Thank you, guys.
That was magnificent. I look forward to BMF RRW.
I hope
that's like some IPv8 shit going on there.
Right.
I gotta admit, I'd listen to that Futurama podcast.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
like a good idea.
Well, you won't be able to.
I know.
Since she'll be dead.
You can listen to
Damn.
it from beyond the grave.
I mean, unless
I'll
you're just
have
a
it
head.
stored on my jitterbug.
You could just be a head in a jar listening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And put me on a giant robot body like Richard Nixon.
Yeah.
No. But thank you, guys.
That was fantastic.
And thank you, everyone else.
I-
We appreciate you people listening to us.
Yeah,
We don't understand it, honestly, still, but it's awesome.
That people are listening? We don't.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's still a part of me that's like, who the fuck listens to this? You know, like honestly,
I don't know.
like to think, and it's just weird that we just started. We were like, let's do a thing,
Yeah.
and it took.
It's all
a long-
Harlow's fault.
Yeah,
Very much.
and it's still like it's still amazing to me. Like I remember the first email we got. We're like, oh my god, we don't
Somebody's
know.
listening to
We
us.
don't know this person.
I think that was Mr. John Pernasek.
Yeah, who I think deleted his Twitter or he blocked me. I don't know which.
Probably both.
Okay.
I don't know. I think he deleted his Twitter. But hey, if you're out there, John, we appreciate it. And that first email was went a long way to making us keep doing it, I think. But man, 400 episodes. Like I want to say words, but I would probably get too emotional. It's so far been a great ride, and I really like it. And I like you guys as much as we give each other shit constantly.
I think that's why it works.
Yeah.
It's because we can give each other shit, and we're not like, all right, fuck that guy forever.
Unceasingly. Like even like we have a Slack for podcast business, and we just are fucking merciless to each other all day while we're sitting at work and miserable. But at the end of the day, we really do like each other and like each other's company, even though we're all pieces of shit in our own special way.
Yeah, and I'll say, like, when I miss episodes, I hate it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, fuck, I wish I was there doing that.
Yep.
And that's why I almost, like, don't check in on the live streams a lot, because then I'm like, because I find myself wanting to chime in on things.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
There are... I think I've mentioned this before. Maybe I mentioned it at 300, but there was a portion of time where I was just like, I don't care. I don't want to, I just do it because I do it. And I'm very glad that I got over that hump, because I really, I was just like, oh, it's just the thing I do. I just go there every week. And now, I snapped out of that hump, and I really enjoy it every week, getting to do this. It's like, most weeks it's the highlight of my week, unless something really fucking awesome happens. So,
Well, nice. Thanks, and also I'm sorry.
look, we sit around and make jokes for 3 hours.
Right. That was another one.
What's that?
That's it. I know, and that was another one.
But that is the thing that I really love to do, is make jokes and make other people laugh and all that shit. So, and thank you out there to everyone for providing us this opportunity to be able to do this. Your support, either just your moral and listening support, is super important to us, and your monetary support has also been a great help to us and has allowed us to do a lot of cool things. So we appreciate it, and we look forward to doing more cool things. There is some cool shit in the pipeline. I wish
we could
I
say
wish
it now.
I wish I could tell you, but we're just going to cliffhanger it, and we're not going to.
Yeah.
The main thing is we have to get through the holidays for personally, and then hopefully after the holidays we will have some announcement for some cool shit that we're going to do, and it is going to blow your fucking minds. I am not even kidding.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
I was like, can we say it on 400? Can we say it on 400? And everybody's like,
We should make sure it
We
works
can't.
first.
We got to
Got-
make sure we can still do it.
Gotta have a thing before
It's-
announcing thing.
Can we at least tease part like a because like everyone's like, oh, what's the new podcast? What's this?
It's not that.
Yeah, I just want to. I want to tease that it is a tangible thing.
Yes.
Yes.
So therefore, it needs to be made and checked and all.
And
that
we have
stuff.
to make sure that it can be made.
Yeah, we have
Right,
to,
and
we have
that
to
too, yes.
absolutely make sure it can be a thing that exists in reality before.
We're certain that it can be made. We just have to make sure that we can do everything that we need to do to get it made.
Yeah,
like
Mm-hmm.
it is possible to make.
Yes.
We have confirmed that. We're just now there's a bunch of work to get it made.
Yes.
So it feels
But-
like
but
I've given
yes.
it away.
Yeah,
because
but believe
No,
me,
there's no
like,
way.
There's
you
no way.
guys,
no fucking way.
Yeah, you guys, when you will know when we announce it because we will not shut the fuck up about it.
Yeah, we're
That's
gonna be
all
like
we're gonna talk
gonna
about.
be like Waypoint's Twitter, where it just is like everyone involved in it is retweeting it 1,100 times a day and replying about it and talking to all the friends about it. We're going to be insufferable, but it's going to be fucking worth it
Yeah.
because it'll be 2 months of a grueling project.
And we hope you like it.
It's going to be so fucking good.
Yeah.
Jens, it will be physically possible to put it in your ears, but I would not recommend it.
What you do on your own time is up to you.
Yeah. If you want to work that out, you go for it.
But yeah,
Yeah.
super fucking exciting. I'm looking forward to 400 more if we all live that long. If the Great Florida Cataclysm doesn't claim us all.
Man, I hope not.
Is that anything like the cataclysm?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
It's exactly like Kotaku. But does that wrap it up?
Yeah.
I think it kind of does.
Yeah.
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 Cool. Well, we would appreciate your continued monetary support in the form of Patreon. You know how to do that, patreon.com/BMFcast. Also, we love your emails and your voicemails, so get them in at bmf@bmfcast.com or 9105-JOCKS-BMF, 910-556-9263. And check out the website, which is bmfcast.com, where we have all of our posts, all of our podcasts, and links to all of our social crap on the right-hand side.
Yeah. And we have our big announcement. If you're following us on the socials, you will see it there.
You will not be able to miss it.
Yep.
We'll post it everywhere.
Right.
You'll know.
Yeah, we pretty much won't be able to shut up about it.
Yeah. We're excited. So get excited.
Yeah. Get
Or
excited
don't.
for
And,
Or
and
no, 'cause,
now
like-
we've officially oversold it.
Nope.
Because we're going to announce it, going to people be like,
Huh.
this is what you guys were fucking geeking out about? Are you goddamn serious?
Yes.
And yes, we are goddamn serious.
We are serious. And don't call us Shirley.
Or goddamn.
Or, yeah.
You can call me goddamn.
All right. Well, let's
right.
get out of here, shall we?
Yeah.
I'm Harlow.
I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ.
I'm Chuck.
And this is BMFcast out. See you next time. Motherfuckers.
Motherfuckers.
Would you clip that contact information out and send it to me so I can write it down because I really like the way I read that?
Sure.
Boom.
Drop the headphone.
Get shit out of here.
I honestly think that's like the nicest contact information I've ever done.
It was pretty smooth.
It was succinct.
So good job. No, I really kind of tuned out, so I'll have
No,
to.
that's fine. You
No.
are well within your rights to tune out.
Yeah, no, he did it. He said the thing.
No, like a lot of times you like it's easy to get rambly and like just throw in bullshit, and that was a good one. Good read.
If you want, I can clip that
Good
out
read,
and just
man.
use it each week.
No, I want to
Good read. There you go.
read it each time.
Okay.
I just because maybe I want to put a little sauce in it.
okay. Well, that's how
I
we
just-
get back to where we were.
No, I'll keep it on my desktop and then pop it up when I have to read it.
Okay.
And souse it up. We're gonna do drugs for episode 420.
That's what I said.
I just saw drugs scroll up. So
Man, we do need to figure out a 420 movie. That's only like 20 weeks away.
Literally,
We'll
any Cheech and Chong movie that isn't Up in Smoke is a bad movie.
nobody will care because we will have released the secret.
Can we just watch Soul Plane?
Soul Plane? I mean,
Is Soul Plane-
Hi. I mean, there might be some weed in it, but
Isn't Snoop Dogg in Soul Plane?
well,
No, good night, everybody. It's late. I gotta get home. What? You just thought up a movie. You just thought of a
Alright.
movie.
but
Taking it offline.
I don't want to say it.
Take us off the internet,
Get
pal.
us off the internet. Just executive decision. We're keeping Ninja 3.
Okay. I just noticed.
All right, let me take us off the line. Bye.
Bye, internet.
Bye.
Love you.